close.
I love that skeleton though that you sent in chat. Confess to the crime, skeleton heathens. What would you do if you just woke up in a room with skeletons on the wall with glowing eyes?
It'd be terrifying.
I'm gonna be honest, I would probably pee my pants.
Yeah, I was about to say, just like sit there and trip myself, just be like, oh no, I'm about to die.
I was gonna say,
my assumption would be that I was hallucinating, but there we go.
that too. Sleep
Well-
paralysis demon.
I'd assume it at first, but if it would stay there, I don't get hallucinations, so I'd be like,
Yeah, same here.
what's wrong?
I don't get hallucinations regularly, but
How much ketamine did I do?
But I have a memory from being a child, and I'm like, okay, one of two things exists: ghost leprechauns or brain fuckery hallucination stuff. And I'm like, probably the brain stuff. And
I wouldn't bet against the ghost leprechauns. That seems pretty convincing.
well, also, what is a ghost leprechaun doing staring at a 9-year-old that's trying to go to sleep? Like, it doesn't. I'm like, oh. A ghost leprechaun in like the Pacific Northwest of America. There were several factors that make me believe that my personal experience was probably false.
Bro, you look very confused.
Boomer's up.
Ghost leprechaun?
Don't you remember last session?
I don't want to rehash too much of the last session. Childhood memories. All right, now,
I'm telling my friends.
we had to take a week off due to my being sick and getting multiple loads of wood chip and manure that also had to be shoveled while coughing in the yard. But that's just a lot going on.
That's
Anyways,
fun.
Yeah. I felt a lot better by the time that stuff showed up. But, yeah. Good news is we're back. Last session, y'all decided it was time to get some of that pearl action and hope that it would be enough to pay off some debts and get you all out of there. Recently been motivated to get to the mainland to see what's going on. And you had a conversation with Theodorus, the Viscount in charge of the island. One might have assumed that one in charge of this kind of situation would be like a total a-hole, but it turns out he's relatively sympathetic as you guys were talking to him. But Charlie in particular, they really want to get back to mainland as there's some partner situation going on that needs resolved. But you all decided, well, let's jump in the water, some of you in full plate, and end up successfully finding a very impressive clam and pearl, and luckily getting out of the water before the giant shark actually consumed anyone.
Only
Before I
happened.
drowned.
I
Right.
did have to punch it.
There was a need to punch the shark several times, but you all got out of there, and only Ravi almost lost a leg. So with some healing magic and some frantic paddling, you all are arriving back at the dock. The guard that is with you takes a rope and like lashes it onto the dock, and and immediately climbs out before anyone else. Just like climbs up the ladder immediately, and it's just like getting out of the little rickety boat that he was taking out. And it kind of rushes off to go up talk to somebody. But you are all there, climbing the ladder and up on the dock, deciding what to do next.
While we talk, I'm going to lay down on the dock. Just like very low-key at the end of Avengers, just like the...
I have been following.
I just kind of like lean over and pat your shoulder.
So I'm just gonna stare at the guard as he walks away and be like, I guess I don't get sharks around here too often. Pointing at him running away.
Either that or he's just a coward.
Maybe both.
Maybe he's taken
So
our advice and
possible.
looking for love.
Well, I wish him the best.
Do we want to go talk to Ingram about the fireball sword? Or axe or whatever it was?
It's an axe.
I think. Are we still settling on selling that because of how big the pearl is?
Can we see what the pearl's worth?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's see what the
alright.
I mean-
pearl's worth first. Because
I-
we could get a potion of like fire resistance, give the axe to Morgan and tell him to go ham.
Would like that.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
like
alright.
I'm just gonna like pat myself on the chest and cast Cure Wounds at first level on myself.
Understandable.
Smart.
Good move.
Kind of. There's
Hey.
some good bite mark wounds that you just kind of like pinch and put and like seal together with magic.
Yeah, I rolled an 8, so that's 11 hit points back.
Nice. So,
Who do we go to again to give the pearl to? Is that the dude on the ship or Theodorus?
Ingram,
That
you
was
had
the
mentioned.
orc dude, yeah.
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 Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
Which, give me a perception check.
All of us?
It's Charlie for now.
I'm still laying on the ground, so I'd...
16.
You do spot him. He's making his rounds, as you've seen before, where he kind of gets people's pearls that they've gathered and like basically gives them a receipt, and then he goes to like evaluate them after kind of collecting them from the general populace. So you do spot him over in the thoroughfare of this small village worth of people.
Walk on over.
Starting to head over.
Norvin will follow on over.
As seeing everyone leave, I'll get up and follow.
Umbra, you are muted. And then,
I said I was gonna help him up.
oh, gotcha. Lucien grabs a hand, helps you up. Oh, feel a little more able to functionally walk at least.
Yeah.
Charlie, you'd be the first one to kind of catch up to Ingram. Kind of see.
Hey, we got a pearl thing.
Oh, all right. Do you have a an account pouches set up, or do you have? Wait, and he kind of sees the pearl like this giant like
Oh.
a very large
Softball.
grapefruit
I think
size.
It said, like softball.
So yeah, it's I'm gonna.
It's a pretty
Yes.
large pearl.
We are going to attempt to use a like a when to speak technique. So I'm going to need to be visible. There we go. So this is probably better anyways.
One on top. One from on
Oh,
top.
Umber, you got background noise. So
It's my pearl.
Sorry, it's my sibling talking.
there's a. It's probably a little bigger than that and round and shiny. It's a good with a halfling carrying it. You might need two hands, or to kind of like tuck it up under an armpit to make it work. He's just like, that's my goodness. That's it's a rare find.
Hell of a pearl.
Yeah, we had to punch a shark.
We had to punch a shark, and I forgot how electricity works and electrocuted myself underwater.
Yeah, Clam tried to eat me.
I forgot I can't swim in half plate. Or full plate, sorry.
We're a very good band of adventurers.
I'll keep you in mind for future needs and jobs. I'm sure.
I mean, speak for
Sure.
yourself.
He gets out some parchment and pulls out this like little satchel of parchment that he has. Pulls the sheet out. And it's just like, all right, I'll have to take this aside to evaluate it, and this might be something I've actually been looking for. We'll have to check the evaluation. He kind of signs off and hands Charlie a receipt for the pearl. It's like, I'll be back out in a few hours after I have others I need to evaluate as well, and I'll see you in a little while. He kind of looks over at Ravi and is just like, get yourself some bandages, man.
It's alright, I'm used to it at this point. the blood falling out of my leg. It's fine.
Are you okay?
No, I'm totally fine. 100%.
That sounds like a lie, but okay.
Mm,
How did you-
you couldn't tell because I'm the bard.
If we're just like
I'm a pirate.
sitting around waiting with our dicks in our hands, do you guys want to like go back and fight more sharks?
I do not want
You
to
know-
fight a shark.
I'm really not feeling it right now, actually.
Yeah,
I
all
could
right.
take off my plate first, and then it'd be good to go.
Hey, Lucian leans forward. Hey, how about we don't try to fight a thing that could swallow us in one bite?
Yeah, it bit me pretty hard, actually.
I punched it and it felt nothing. That's very rare.
So
Maybe you should punch it a little harder next time.
How would I
remember to
punch you
keep
a
an
little
eye out
harder?
for someone else trying to talk and having a finger up, and they're next. So
Sorry.
I'll say that Ingram kind of like looks back and forth at this kind of bizarre conversation happening, and is just like, "Well, I'm going now, unless there's something else you need evaluated."
I thought you already left. Sorry.
That's
I
Sorry, I
start
stopped
walking
paying
away.
attention.
there's kind of a not the first time that's happened to me kind of look, and he's kind of like about his head and like
Poor Ingram.
just leaves.
I was about to say, I think we kind of forgot you existed there for a second.
He's already gone, so you're not even talking to him.
Yeah, now I feel bad.
I don't.
Short rest? Question mark.
Yeah, go ahead and take a short
Yeah,
rest.
sure.
Any hit dice you have to burn, go for it.
I think we're currently at full hit dice because we haven't really taken short rests.
I think you've had multiple long rests since last time you had to burn hit dice, so you should be full.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm at full hit. No, I'm not at full hit points. I'm missing like 5 hit points from
Sure.
electrocuting
been-
myself.
Decide
spend
how you
one.
want to roll and go for it. Whew.
I am back up to full. I am back up to 26.
Cool. All right. Now you all have a chance to kind of get your short rest in. Kind of, Ravi's got a chance to like get some cloth and kind of wrap the main spots that need some wrappings, and it feels good enough. Like you'll be able to get through the day and not have to worry about anything like cracking open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll only limp for the rest of my life. It'll be fine.
Stop
Uh,
whining.
Can I use the short rest to try to play around with this dagger to see if it what it can do?
Indeed, you may. What do you want to do? Well, actually,
We probably
you
could've
would
had
not
that.
have the dagger on you. You guys checked your weapons.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, that ruins what I was going to try and do. Okay.
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 Weapons are checked up the hill, along with your little band of goblins that's kind of waiting right outside the city. The three, I don't know what Spanish is for goblins.
Musketeers.
Yeah. Gotta get them some muskets first.
Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Oh man. There's.
I mean, we could just check it out. Like, go outside and check it out, and you could check it. You could.
I don't want the goblins to know I still have that.
Oh.
That'd be awkward.
So you guys go check on the goblins and your weapon stores and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought Charlie was saying that they didn't want to do that.
I
yeah.
I thought the opposite. All right. Clarification.
I mean,
What do you guys want to do?
either way, he's mostly just. Oh, I gotta think of my Ravi. That's my character's name. Is pretty much just gonna lay on the ground wherever they are. So it doesn't really matter to him.
Right.
Lucian's gonna join him.
I think Norvin's up.
So how's your day?
So
I think
I've
Norvin's
been
up.
better.
Norvin,
So
yeah.
Norvin's definitely going to go up the hill and grab that axe to see if he can play with it a bit.
The guards kind of like gonna need to go out to the forest area if you're gonna mess with weapons.
Yeah, just the first tree.
First tree being couple hundred feet off the the area. They've as part of their business model is ripping up the trees and carving through the roots looking for pearls. The immediate area has been pretty cleared out. But you do see the trio of goblins, and it's like they're running like shorty drills out there, where there's like and then kind of like setting up flanking positions and all that. They're keeping their skills sharp, it seems like. But yeah, you find a spot where you're walking out a couple hundred feet and get right to a tree.
Are the goblins anywhere around me?
They're probably a good 50 feet off, and they're keep looking at you every once in a while, see if you need help with something.
Okay. So I'm gonna hold the axe in my hand, kind of to feel it sway a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, let's see what you can do, and I'll just take a massive swing at this tree.
Yeah, make an attack.
I'm gonna laugh. Explodes.
Why did you say anything? Why did you say you'd laugh if it exploded? So, it explodes on a nat 20, right?
That's one thing you know it does.
Oh no.
Well, it explodes.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was joking. I'm sorry.
That's what I was hoping for.
So you're gonna
Sorry,
roll,
Norman, but
you're
It's
gonna
funny.
roll a d12, double the dice, and then add your strength modifier for some damage to the tree.
And then doesn't it like cast fireball centered on you?
yeah,
It casts
well, centered on the person
fireball-
you hit.
Yeah, fireball centered on the target of your attack. Which is going to be
So
5
you're
feet
not-
in front of you almost all the time.
So that's
So you're not
16.
the center of the blast, but
It's,
That's
close.
16 normal
It's-
damage.
it's not this. It's not the type of spell that like does less damage if you're on the edge of it. It's
exactly.
no matter where you are in the blast radius, it does 8d6 fire damage.
So Norman,
we could-
Norman's going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
We could always, see if it could get like transferred to another item, like a ranged weapon.
17.
17 is a success, so you'll take half damage of the 23 fire damage. So that's
Thank God
that's just 11 fire damage. There's this massive that everybody, you're close enough that the village hears it, and everybody else hears this slightly in the distance explosion. The tree is about a third gone. And is on fire. And there's also some singeing on the trees in the area. Ravi, what's up?
I feel like Lucian and I we're just like laying on the ground and we just like shoot up, like look over, and then see Norvin like blasted like 30 feet away from this tree that he just hit.
You wouldn't be able to
like
see
the
him.
cartoon.
Yeah, you
The
wouldn't be able
idea-
to see him, but
The idea I was thinking of, we just like at the gate, we just like cartoonishly lean over outside the gate, just like.
And Norvin like a cartoon, just like flailing in the air.
the there's a yell from the guards. Like, what's going on over there?
Nothing. I'm fine.
They kind of see them just looking over, like, kind of half concerned, half just, like, worried.
Wait, you're a furbolg, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fair amount of singed fur.
Yeah. Say we're gonna gonna just be a bulg by the end of this.
Some crispy fur.
I'm
Some crispy
drinking
fur.
Sprite. You can't do this to me.
It's a naked mole rat now.
All right. Anybody doing anything?
I was gonna say, should we get him a human rogue friend named Kim Possible? I'm funny. I swear. I think me and Ravi are just napping at this point.
Yeah, just staring at the clouds as they go by.
Ironically, the two characters that don't sleep are napping.
Well, I'm a half elf.
So you half trance.
Full sleeps.
I'm
So-
just waiting for Ingram to show up again.
Right.
So after
yeah,
that
Norman.
explosion, do I feel like the weapon has any other powers? Because I was holding it when it exploded, so I'm assuming I might be able to tell.
It hurt. You got singed pretty hard. Make
Well, no, if it can do anything other than the
right. Make
fireball.
an Arcana check for me.
That would be a 13.
You do
Oh no, minus 11, 12. Sorry,
12.
-1.
You do notice the the little bead of fire that is always suspended between the two axe heads.
Mm-hmm.
It usually just like burns there with like the occasional little flicker. It's flickering a little harder. A bit like a, you know, like in a when a fire goes from like just consistent having a consistent burn to like it's down to its like bits and pieces. There's a little bit more of like a flicker to it, but exactly what that means will happen if you do X, Y, or Z. You don't know.
Can I throw it at the tree? Like throw it
Like back up and
15,
throw it.
20 feet? Yeah.
You could try.
Yeah, I want to try throwing it at the tree to see if anything will happen.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you back up like 15, 20 feet, and go to
Yeah,
throw
like
it at the tree.
20 feet.
20 feet?
20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Precisely 20
Another-
feet.
Another natural 20.
Is that a strength check to throw it, or?
No, it's an attack. You'll just have disadvantage. It's not a weapon that's meant to be thrown.
Not a throwing weapon.
Yeah.
Normally. Any weapon's a throwing weapon if you throw it.
Okay, so that was another nat 20, but it was also a 15, and it's disadvantage, so it's the 15.
Oh man.
Awesome.
That would have been awesome.
Whatever your bonuses are, that's high enough to hit the tree. So it hits the tree. Go ahead and roll a d12 for your damage, and
Okay.
say go ahead and add your strength modifiers too.
Yeah, so that'd be 4 damage.
4 damage. All right. I mean, it hits the tree. Kind of. It doesn't hit hard enough to stick in it, so it just sort of like chunk and then like falls off and lands at the base of the tree.
Okay, I thought that would be more interesting. So I kind of like somber on over to it, pick it up, look at it a little bit more. I'll think I'll head back for now. That's enough. That's enough testing for today.
That's enough beta testing.
God.
That's
When-
what the Fallout 76 creator said.
Guards let you just stalk it in as you're walking back in. Ravi, what are you up to?
This
When
hair-
Norvin comes back, is their hair just like really curly now?
Yeah, I got pretty singed.
I was
Or-
gonna say just this hairless furbolg now walking back and dropping an axe and
You didn't get like dropped to 0 from a fire blast, but you got patches for sure that are smoking.
it halved my health. Like
Oh man,
that's a lot of fire damage.
It's a little rough.
right?
Norvin, care to join us on the ground?
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah.
Coming
No,
back,
Someone
just
looks like a duck.
coming back
just,
from
like-
fiery experimentation in the forest, checking the axe back in at the gate. Comes back around the time Norvin has come back. The one of the guards who was walking around with Ingram earlier approaches the group. This is like, Master Ingram would like to speak to the lot of you.
All 4 of us?
All right. I sit up.
Indeed.
I will follow him.
All right.
Guides you back
Ingram
over
is,
to the same ship where you met with Viscount Theodorus, and takes you down into kind of the lower holds into kind of a back area. Gives a knock at the door, where Ingram like opens up and goes, "Yes, come in." Ushers you in, kind of like waves the guard off, and there's a set of chairs around a table with some candlelight. Your pearl that you all had gathered is on the table. looks
Little
at.
spooky.
I mean, there's not a lot of other options besides candlelight that I like to advertise for lighting purposes. So you all have an acceptable find. It's has some internal imperfections that are affecting its usefulness for what I was hoping it could be good enough for. But it is still a large pearl and can cover the debts that the four of you have accumulated here on the island, plus another 100 gold pieces. Yes, Charlie, is it?
I just want to make an insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
See if he's bullshitting us.
I
Fair.
would also
Oh.
like to do that because Lucian's a pirate. They're used to getting shortchanged. They aren't having it happen again.
We
Is
could have
insight the one.
Ravi. What's
insight
up?
the one I- It is, I
Also,
have advantage.
what was so like what was the deal with like we like couldn't leave until our debts were paid, or was there also a charge to get back?
The information you guys are there are debts that accumulate, and then they also charge for the boat ride back to the
Okay.
mainland.
I would like to add, we did talk to the priest, and they did say they had a supply ship that we could ride back on,
Mhm.
seeing as I am a fellow cleric. So.
Right. You guys
I was just wondering the details.
You guys had a way to get around that. So Charlie,
15.
15.
I got a 22 insight.
Nice.
I have an advantage on insight.
That's true.
Nice.
Man, I don't trust that dice tray anymore. So he's an awkward fellow. Kind of shifty on a good day with nothing happening. You both kind of get the sense that you're getting shortchanged a bit, which Lucian just sort of expects, on the sea a little bit. How much getting shortchanged is a little hard to discern. For Charlie, Lucian, you do catch that this is. First off, you noticed that he did not mention the additional debt from the mainland for Charlie's partner, in his evaluation, which strikes you as dishonest. It seems like it would fully cover everything that you guys had worked out.
Lucian has an eyebrow raised. How much is it really worth?
Make an intimidation check.
Do I notice that Lucian's kind of going for like the
Not in time to do anything about it.
the swindler? Not in time to help, obviously. But do I recognize now that this is that they're
An
trying to?
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural
19
20.
plus 1.
Yes, there's a shift in the tone of the room that you all kind of get the sense that Ingram was not expecting this like sudden change in direction. There's a bit of a panic mode going on where it seems like he tries this maybe a lot and it usually works out for him, like to the degree that he just dismissed the guard. I think Ravi had
My friend, you really must listen to them.
Listen?
I don't think you're being completely honest with us.
Lucian's gonna do the cool thing where they like lean over the table with their hands on it. Listen, if you've been on the sea as long as I have, you can tell just by how someone speaks to you when you're getting shortchanged by quite a bit. Now, you seem like you do this a lot, so either give us the actual value for the pearl, or I go around the village telling everyone that you've shortchanged everyone in this village. And you wouldn't like that, would you?
there's a moment where the glasses get taken off and like folded and put away. And you go, it'd be fine. And you start to realize this is someone of orcish ancestry who you're trying to flex on, and it's just sort of not quite working well enough.
Lucien's hands start to spark.
So, does Norvin see that Lucian's trying to intimidate him?
Oh yeah, that's pretty obvious.
So,
Okay.
Norvin, being a big dude, is gonna stand up. Well, not stand up, but kind of like sit up a little straighter and puff out his chest a little bit, because he is a big dude. And just be like, you should listen to the little guy.
Charlie,
I
I'm
guess he
going
nods
to.
over to
Charlie's up.
Lucian.
I'm going to.
I think Charlie's up, guys.
Sorry. Yeah.
Look, man, I can get my friends to back off. We can leave here no problem. But Theodorus knows we have an arrangement. It's the four of us and my partner back home. This Pearl's gonna pay for that. He knows this, and we can go straight to him and take it up with him if you want.
We wouldn't want any unsavory rumors to spread, and I'm gonna disguise myself to look as him.
Charlie, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
That's a natural 19 persuasion. Ooh. 23.
23.
Let's go.
There is a beat that kind of skips for a sec, and it kind of leans off to the side, and he says, "You all strike me as adventurers, yes?"
You could say so.
I'm gonna try and imitate his voice, but go, more or less, yes.
It's not as funny.
I'm just imagining the frickin' SpongeBob chicken meme. I'm sorry.
I kind of just pauses for a second, considering his words, and is like, "I also wouldn't mind wrapping up my time on this island. So I'll tell you what. This," and he grabs it, lifts up the massive pearl. "This is a component that I could use. I would rather people not know I have it. So if your silence can be purchased on this matter, and your debts covered, and an additional," and he like snaps his fingers, and when he does, a pouch appears in his hand, and says, "An additional layaway amount of wealth, and we could all make it to the mainland the day after tomorrow, with no particular issues, yourselves much more wealthy, myself moving on from this desolate and boring salt-aired monstrosity of a location."
You can say shithole.
Charlie's up.
That. And you get Sabbath off this island too. Or not Sabbath. Oh, fuck, what was her name?
The halfling?
Yeah, the halfling. I have her name written down
Saphia.
somewhere.
Sophia.
Sophia.
Saphia, yeah.
You get Sophia off this island too.
There's sort of like a slight shit-eating grin on his face for a second. He goes, "Deal. She is off the island."
Is he
Wait.
playing us with that one?
Wait. I just noticed something.
Ravi,
What about-
make an
about
insight
Charlie?
check for me. Lucian, yeah.
What about Charlie's debts?
Yes, all of your debts plus your, and he gestures to Charlie, your partner's debt on the mainland, and this Saphia is off the island as well.
The dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The way he phrased it, he didn't cover up as well. She's already off the
Yeah.
island.
You're gonna have to try a bit harder than that, my friend.
Your deal's been accepted. I'm confused.
I said her debts are paid for. And I meant she's off the island with us.
I have no control over where she goes. My understanding is she's off the island.
Are we bringing the goblins?
Goblins. He looks confused, like he doesn't know what you're talking about.
I
Oh.
say we send him back into the forest to find the bugbear captain.
You mean
Like my minions.
We'll find you new minions.
Fine.
We'll find an artificer and make you some new minions.
So we have a
It
deal.
would be cool if Norvin multi-classed Artificer as a Forge Cleric. It's a cool combo.
That'd be
I
terrifying.
have an 8 intelligence, so
He a dumb boy.
Not an option.
never mind.
Or any
maybe, but
or any of us.
Oh yeah,
Smart enough.
it's not the smartest party.
We're a bunch of dumb bitches.
Oh man,
Rizma, baby.
a bunch of hot, dumb, quick buff idiots.
Theater kids unite.
We're a bunch of hot, dumb idiots who are probably queer and have trauma.
Woo!
Oh my, good times.
Good times.
So you all, there's even this pouch that he just apparated out of nowhere, and sets on the table, and is like, "We have a deal. I hope to hear nothing more of you for the next day and a half, and we'll meet you on the ship to head back to the mainland."
Sound good?
Sounds good
I
to
think
me.
we have a deal.
I can be bought.
Cool.
That
And
made
I'll
you sound
slide-
like a prostitute.
I'll slide the coin purse over to Charlie.
Cool.
Ah, yes.
So I stick it in my bag.
Out of character. Ah, yes. Give the money to the rogue.
How much
Great
is in the
idea.
bag?
We will never forget.
You start counting it in front of him, or
Yeah, I'll count it in front of him.
there is no coin. It is a collection of chipped, imperfect pearls. Some have just little divots where it's just enough imperfection that it's not fully smooth all the way around. Some are fully like just snapped in half. But it seems like an odds and ends collection of pearl pieces, which you don't have an exact evaluation on. But you've got 12 imperfect pearls.
Someone who is from a landlocked area. I have no idea what they're worth.
Ah, yes, pearl pieces.
Could I know how much they're worth?
I'm picturing this where there's a relatively small room, enough space for everybody to kind of sit, but everybody just like huddles around this pouch of like pearl pieces right in the middle, and he's like stuck on one side of the room because y'all won't leave.
He's just like, can y'all leave?
Right.
I got stuff to do.
But have Lucian make a history check.
Oh
Unless
God,
you have a
that's
tool,
intelligence.
like unless you have
Oh
a tool
God,
that
I'm
might
dumb.
work.
That's a 4.
4? I mean, usually people mostly pay.
No. Oh.
Yeah, people usually mostly pay for whole pearls, so this might be worthless. Or it might be worth some. You know, jewels aren't made out of whole pearls all the time. You get like a half pearl and stick it on a pendant. You know, so hard to say. Charlie.
What are we supposed to do with these? And I look at them.
So-
Sell them. We don't trade in coin here. They're bits of pearl. It's a sizable amount.
So before we move on, would Norvin recognize how much this is worth because of his artisans
Oh,
or his
artisan.
clan crafter's background?
Go ahead and make like an artisan tool check. Use your intelligence and your proficiency, and make your roll.
Oh, well, gotta love all the intelligence
I'll
checks
need
over
it so
here.
many. There's a lot of intelligence checks when you're trying to know how things work.
That would be a 20. Oh, 21. There we go.
21.
That's a nat 20.
He finishes. He finishes what he's saying to Charlie, and you get your turn to like look in the bag and look through it, and you know what he's saying to be pretty accurate. He says like, you'll be swindled if you take less than 400 gold pieces for the pouch. And
Extra 100 gold each wouldn't be too
Yeah.
bad.
And Charlie, you can see Norvin just sort of like nod and be like, "Yeah, that's about right."
I want
We
to dig
could
through
swindle
and find
someone
one.
else.
I want to dig through and find one that looks like particularly badass, and just pocket it.
Make an investigation
got, like-
check for me.
One that's got like cool like lightning bolt sort of cracks in it.
14.
14. I mean, you find one that's smooth on one side that is like a spike on the other side, and you just sort of like, yeah, sure, you know.
That's
Yeah,
you
okay,
could
pocket that.
Use that.
Yeah.
You could use that.
Make
to
a
put
ring.
someone buyout. Brass knuckles.
Mount the smooth side and have the
Pearl
jacket
knuckles.
point out. Oh
That'd
my!
be metal as hell.
My self-defense background is like, don't, no, that's not worth anything. that's
Yeah,
not that helpful.
Yeah, honestly though, it would just break.
Right,
I have plans for it.
right.
You would punch someone once and go ow because you cut your hand on the broken pearl.
I have a personal thing about like whenever somebody advocates the keys between the fingers, and I'm like, stop it,
No.
stop telling people that's a thing. It's not a thing.
You're not.
I mean, as
you're not Wolverine.
as
You're
a
just gonna hurt yourself.
Not bit like sticking out of your fingers, but like just as something to hold on to. Yes.
No, not even that.
as a very, I'm 5 foot tall,
Right.
and I get a lot of crap when I walk around downtown.
What you want to do if you're gonna use your keys, you want one key in your fingers stabbing motion.
Yeah, I
that'll
know.
do something. But more
But
importantly,
not through like all your fingers.
right? No, they just
Wolverine.
if you ever want to try it, then just squeeze your hand and see how much it hurts. It's a lot.
The
But
one.
get a tactical flashlight. They're like $3 for $20 at Costco, and it works like a Kubaton, and it blinds people, and it doesn't splash back like pepper spray. So tactical flashlight. That's my recommendation.
You can't legally have pepper spray in Canada anyway.
Tactical
Or-
flashlight. It's a flashlight.
So
A big knife.
the
Norman?
one thing I think that everyone should know how to do is break someone's nose. It sounds like really gruesome, but it's honestly really easy,
Mm.
especially if you're someone small. It doesn't take a lot of force.
I've been in a couple situations, and a tactical flashlight with 500 lumens is plenty. People are just suddenly can't see, and you're like, I'm gonna walk away now, and they're like, okay. That has been a literal interaction I've had on the
If you're
streets of
hitting
Seattle
hard
with somebody who was a little suspicious who started being aggressive, and it's just like click, and they're just like, ugh. And it's like, I'm gonna go now, bud, and he's just like, thanks, what? And it's just-
If you're hitting hard surfaces, use the like heel of your.
If you don't know how to throw a punch properly, and keep your wrist locked, then yeah, just go heel palm.
Those hurt more anyway.
Okay, so what are we gonna do for a day and a half?
Right,
Uh,
moving back to D&D.
Lucian's
well-
just gonna raise their hand. I know what I'm going to do, and then they walk into their cabin and just, poof.
You all do
Is
not.
there any sort of like tavern sort of place here?
You guys have seen?
No.
Yeah.
There's no like, illegal moonshine running places.
No, nothing you're
Alright.
aware of. No.
Well,
I want to kind of dig around and listen and find out what happened to Sophia.
Yeah, you go. Give me a stealth check to like kind of not be observed as you get close enough to like listen in on stuff.
Colonel,
Easy.
Colonel.
23.
23. It takes you the better part of an hour, but you do finally find one of the children that live around here. Turn out and be like, "Mama, where's Sophia?" And the mom is just like, "I don't know, dear. She didn't tell us anything." And then kind of just keeps scooting the kid along. That's all you really catch, though. People aren't like openly discussing her not being around. Yeah, Lucian.
This is just a world building question. It's gonna sound random, but I swear it has something to do with eventual plans. Are firearms a thing in this world?
Not that you know of.
Cool.
Outside of, well, no, you are aware of pistol-like firearms. They're
Like flintlocks.
flintlocks. They're not common, but they are known of among like pirates and people that get around to different ports. Captain Black Sparrow in particular, he had a flintlock that he used once in front of all of you at the first session.
All right then. Second thing, I'm gonna go knock on the. Oh, I can't remember his name. The priest guy's door.
Priest guy.
Like the guy who runs the place.
Oh, okay. I mean, you guys have kind of gone into town, and then you head back to the ship, and the guard just like stops you, and it's like, "Do you have an appointment with someone on the ship?"
No, I just have a question to ask.
What's your question?
I'm not sure you can answer it.
You wouldn't know till you asked me.
Where's Saphira?
Do you mean Sophia?
Sophia, yes.
Oh.
Sorry.
I don't know. And my understanding is no one does.
Well, that's concerning.
Could be.
Should we go?
Alright.
Oh,
Ready?
sorry.
Can...
I haven't seen like any sort of gold exchange on the island, right?
No, you have not. Since
It's
you
been
guys
exclusively
arrived,
the pearls.
you've seen
Okay.
no coin exchange with anybody.
I was gonna try and sell the pearls, but I'll wait then.
Charlie, I think Charlie's up.
I totally just blanked on what I was thinking.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay, yeah. Do we want to? Oh yeah. How much were the boat rides in Pearls?
Oh, they didn't say.
Oh, I thought they said like when we started how much it was. Okay. Do we want to get like Captain Featherfuck and bring him with us?
I
No,
love his new
I think
nickname.
we lost him.
You all were heading north, hoping to run into him. Didn't run into him, and then came back south, and also didn't run into him.
Yeah, I think he's lost.
Seems like a bird who can handle himself.
He's quite the capable sea captain. He can handle himself.
He could always fly back.
Kenku can't fly.
8 intelligence.
8 intelligence.
He's got feathers. He can fly.
Now, if he had a
Yeah.
7 intelligence, he might be a pirate that doesn't believe in other languages besides Common, Dwarven, and Elven.
That guy's gonna come back at some point, and he's just like,
Just screaming at he's just screaming at people speaking Halfling that they're lying to everyone. They're part of a
could just-
cabal or something.
We could just baffle.
It's
I could
fake.
just baffle at him because I can speak Draconic now, which is a freaking
I-
weird language anyway.
I think I did speak another language in front of him, and he's like, well, that's just gibberish.
Yeah, he looked at you like you were just trying to speak
that's
Pig Latin or
the
something.
Moon runes.
And Charlie,
I'm gonna go up to the guards that are at the front gate.
Sure.
And I'm gonna give them like pearl pieces and say, did you guys see Sophia? Well, I'll hold them up and say, did you guys see Sophia go through here at all?
go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
22.
22. They one of them kind of does like one of the like and like goes and like turns to like go organize some stuff, and the other one just kind of like, when the other guy's not watching, just like and like takes the 2 of the pearl pieces that you've kind of presented and goes, Sophia's, we lost track of her, or not, we weren't like following her or anything, but she was, last time I saw her walking around was a day ago, and then she didn't show up for like dinner mealtime. I mean, sometimes people like to just hang out in their hut for days at a time, but no, I haven't. She just hasn't been around. She hasn't exited through the gate, anyways. And obviously the ship hasn't left, so I'm not really sure what happened. But there's no like, it's not like in custody or anything. Like, I mean, she's got a hefty debt, but that's usually why people come here. They don't. There's no other place to go when you owe a lot of money for something.
Yeah, I'll check her place. Thanks.
Yeah.
Then I'll head off to go check out her place.
Running down to her hut. Ravi, do you spot and they're following along, or?
I think Charlie passes Ravi just like looking for some place to drink, sees them go like by like on a mission, is like, oh, sure, I'll follow.
This has got to be for alcohol.
They look angry. They're
Right.
going for alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Charlie goes up, and Sophia's place, which you guys have been to, has like a proper door. It's not like a lot of the other huts. And you kind of like knock, and there's no answer. Opening the door, it's not locked. You walk in and you do see there's the place has been tossed a little bit, like not fully like someone was destroying everything, but just like the kind of makeshift mattress has been like flipped up and like not replaced. Drawers have been opened and not reshut, and the drawers that you can see open don't have anything in them. But she is not present. There's no signs of a struggle or anything at first glance. There's just a flipped mattress and open drawers.
Is there any sort of like note or anything around?
You guys can make investigation checks. Norman,
Yeah,
what's
that's
up?
what I was gonna ask too.
I was gonna say, because I never had a chance, I followed them. That's all I want to say.
Norman's next.
I'm
Oh,
also looking. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm also looking for weird things like the planks that have been like moved in the floor that things could be under or anything like that.
Sure. Yep. But Norman, what's up?
So, Norvin followed them. I don't know if I said that.
Right.
And walking into this room, Norvin's gonna cast Detect Magic to see, because he remembers that her talisman was glowing all sorts of funky colors when he did it last time. So I'm assuming maybe that's what they were looking for.
Gotcha. And Lucy.
So
what?
Is there any like magical presence, auras in the room?
Well, you cast Detect Magic, and Lucian, what are you up to?
I was following them.
Sure.
I rolled an investigation check. I got a nat 20.
Okay. Charlie and Ravi, what do you guys have for
21.
I got a 10.
21 and 10? Gotcha. So, you all pour over this room, one of you with the ability to just spot glowing beacons if anything's magic. And there's weirdly nothing. There's no note in place. You do find between Ravi and Lucian, you pull up, there's sort of like a thatch floor of like reeds of like grass that's been used to like kind of make it so there's something to stand on that's not just raw ground. And underneath you do find a spot that's been like dug out where it looks like a spot where things would have been stored, but there's nothing in it.
It's like secret tunnel.
It's secret tunnel. Required. But no, there's not a sign in here. There's not really a clue to uncover, and you feel very confident you've gone through everything. But you do gather that this looks like someone who just packed up really quick and left, versus somebody who got like attacked and their place robbed. You get the sense more things would be like broken if there was like a scuffle.
Yeah.
This just looks like, you know,
Yeah.
somebody who just packed up their stuff really fast.
So, did Charlie tell us about how the guards didn't see her go through the front gate?
I'll explain that as we're looking.
Okay.
Right.
I was just wondering.
There's some
But-
deep contemplation, but then Charlie does let it slip. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. She could be out there.
Yes. Perhaps there's some sort of chink in the armor of the wall, or perhaps she's stowing away on the boat.
Or it could
If
have been-
she is on the boat, I should be able to pick up her talisman with my Detect Magic while it's still up. We should go and look at that now.
It's a good idea.
I agree.
They aren't gonna let us on the boat.
We just have to get close to it.
Fair enough. How long?
So I say we walk there now.
Before
All right. You guys march off down the dock and get next to the boat, essentially. And the guard looks at you looking at the boat for a few seconds, and it's just like...
Norman's just like intensely staring at the boat.
Yeah.
We're just admiring.
Just like,
It's quite an impressive boat.
just looking over it carefully.
Ship.
Yeah.
Just
There's...
so you know about this.
You do pick up magic from the ship itself, namely from these glowing crystals that are on each side of the ship, and you kind of see the main one in front of you and glowing pretty brightly, and the one on the opposite end you can even kind of see the effect of, and there's one on the back of the ship as well, and those kind of overshadow anything else you maybe would pick up. You do catch a other faint, or make a perception check for me. But you should catch some little stuff.
Is that just Norvin?
That's just, he's the only one with detect magic. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's a 13. But do I know the school of magic that
For
the crystals are from?
For the crystals, yeah.
That's a 13 on the perception check.
Yes. You can see the occasional, like, dot of, like, magic energy kind of going past, but it's there's something magic behind a wall of someone walking past, and it's kind of hard to make out behind especially when it's near the these orbs that are on the side of the ship. And the crystals on the side. Transmutation is the school of magic that they're associated with.
Transmutation magic on a boat? Please tell me the boat is called the Kraken.
There's no tentacles on it.
It's called the Black Pearl.
It is not. That would be copyright infringement.
Oh. And not black pearls on an island
No,
with a guy
plural
named
is
Black
plural
Sparrow.
is totally different.
Yeah,
In America, you can't say "God damn it" on TV, but you can say "Gods damn it" because it's plural. So it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a distinction I always, make when I'm playing a D&D character. Is it's like, dear gods.
So yeah, you got a transmutation paying off these large crystals. Other than that, not a lot of specific information. And after a good like beat and a half, the guard who's like only like 10 feet away from you all is just like, "Can we help? Can I help you with something?"
What do your football guys see, Norvin?
The ship's covered in magic. It's covered in transmutation magic for some odd reason. I'm not sure why, though.
The guard, overhearing you clearly, just gestures at the boat, be like, "It holds still in the water. Of course it's magic." Charlie?
Oh, right, yeah, it doesn't move like at all. I forgot about that.
Charlie?
I was just gonna say, as the guards are like starting to look, I would just go over and start making random small talk with them.
Give me a persuasion check to just kind of keep the guard distracted.
18.
18. Yeah, you get to know Paldo pretty well. He's got a girl on the mainland, and
Like,
they're in like a poly relationship, so she also has a girlfriend on the mainland. And it's like it's very open and interesting. It's like so there's this heartfelt like there's this like weird heartfelt conversation going off the side while also Norvin is still just like staring at the ship trying to get some information. Norvin. Oh yeah.
So while she's distracting the guard, is there a plank I can walk across to get on the boat or anything?
No, the guard is at the plank to walk over to the boat.
Oh.
Yeah.
How far is the boat floating away from the dock? Is it like a foot off, or like would it be like a jump to get onto
It'd
it?
be a jump to get on, and you're being actively observed by several guards.
Hmm.
Oh, pirates never stopped me before.
I see Norvin's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, Charlie.
I see the want for getting closer to the boat,
Kind of sizing up.
so
the
I
leap.
painstakingly just kind of walk around to the guard so he's like facing a little
Slowly.
less towards the dock, and talk about how my relationship with Sophia is also poly.
It's like, oh, it's really
Painstakingly.
Painstakingly, you guys start going off over communication tips and
It's like the way it's like you start slowly shifting over
There's-
while talking to him.
the complexities
Yep.
of multiple consent needs. You know, and it's this isn't actually where I expected this night to go.
Started with fingering, so
Sorry.
to you, sir.
For
That
those
is a
who
clap for you.
for those who didn't for those who
You're welcome.
for anyone watching who's not aware, fingering is the unfortunate name we've given to the I would like to go next, I would like to go next, I would like to go next for trying to organize people wanting to chime in. So
Fingering.
I would love to remember what the actual term is for that technique, but fingering's what we're going with.
Fingering is funnier than whatever the real name is.
That's fair.
So back on topic.
On topic.
Norvin's just gonna like lean over to Lucy and everyone and just be like, do you know what I'm thinking right now?
I think
I'm afraid to ask, but what?
there's easier ways to get on the boat.
I could just jump.
Norvin, I would say I would say your wisdom is high enough to be passively aware of the fact that in a day y'all are gonna be on the boat anyways.
Wait, that's a good point.
Hey, like the
time
the
like the
guy who's
present.
in charge, who's in charge of this boat is also like in the same order as you, and you could probably set something up between you and him.
Right.
Set
So
up a date.
I'll walk
Hell
over
yeah.
to the guard now and be like, so the priest that runs the ship, he told me to come by later and talk about getting on a boat with him.
Night.
Yeah, give me a
I'm Charlie now.
deception check.
Deception is what? That's charisma.
Yes.
That's a 0.
Oh. You
A
weirdly,
0.
You weirdly didn't
Yeah,
beat
it's
his
not
9.
1 and then a -1. It's a 0.
Oh,
Gotta
Oh.
look like you cut in right in the middle of a conversation, which is varying degrees of like awkward and interesting. But you bust right into the conversation, and like I want to say within a half a beat about how important consent is. And then you just like break in with nobody allowing you into the conversation, and it's, Charlie and the guard both have like wow, that's the opposite of what we're talking about. And he's just like, I know you don't. I'm made aware of all appointments so that people can come on, and there's
Just
not
Jedi mind
an appointment.
Maybe it was tomorrow. I might be getting my dates mixed up.
Well, the day
Sorry,
after, when
sorry.
I believe all of you are signed up to leave on the boat the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry for asking. I thought it was already that time.
Gotcha. What's Ravi up to?
I feel like the second time today, Lucian and I just stand there and watch Norvin do something very stupid.
Just like our hands on our hips, just going, ooh, ooh, ooh.
There's a debate between the two of you of whether or not it's worse than the shark situation.
It's like it's the second degree secondhand embarrassment. It's like oh.
Wouldn't this be the third time? Because he did also jump in water in heavy plate.
That's true.
That's what I counted as the other one. I forgot about the fireball.
Yeah.
I was seeing if it would happen. I just want to know what
And
happened.
then he did.
It's
Yeah.
better to experiment. It's better to experiment in a controlled condition than in combat. So
That's a good point.
Exploring.
Very
time.
responsible of you.
Well, after talking about exploring in safe situations and a bunch of poly talk, we'll get back to our fingering nonsense and.
Of course.
I'm dying.
Oh man.
that's better.
One of my best friends is in the chat right now. Hi,
I
Max,
see.
by the way.
I see a blob with tears, and I appreciate it. It's on brand. I see all.
He sees all,
It
apparently.
seems all.
But can you see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Not for the.
Why
things
would you
we've been
bring that
talking
up
about,
after
hopefully.
talking about fingering?
Oh, God.
No.
I'm going to choose violence now.
As we all know from American politics, children are for drinking their blood, and
Obviously.
and making prayers to the Jewish space laser.
Of course.
Of course. So, all of you attempt some shenanigans. They go to various degrees of success. And it's getting to be late into the afternoon, the sun beginning to set.
Sleep time.
Sleepy time, yes. You all make your way over to the hut that had been rented out for you. Someone's asking about dropping bits, and I don't know what that means.
Donating to the stream, essentially.
Oh! That's the thing, apparently. Technology. Computer. How does one? I guess I will start looking into things like that, technology-wise. So you all...
I think you might have to be partner to do that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Probably likely. I might have to have a subscriber.
But it means he's enjoying it.
You can do it before you're affiliated. My brother just got affiliated, and he could do that fine before.
Oh, cool.
I think you just have to like set up the money stuff.
I am preparing 300 square feet of yard for gardening for the year at the moment, but when that is complete, I shall look into these things. You all retire for the evening, get your long rest in over the course of the night. Relatively uncomfortable because you all never got furniture or anything. But you got a bedroll. You have a tarp over you essentially. It's slightly better than sleeping out in the open in the forest. And you
sleep a bag.
I would say who is taking a watch? Let's say
I will.
I think
Lucian, yes.
I was gonna say I was looking at the rules, and apparently they updated it so half elves and elves literally only need 4 hours for a long rest, as long as they meditate the entire time.
I have not seen anything about that for half elves, as they do not have the meditate ability.
I thought they did.
They do.
But,
No, I just have. I just can't be put to sleep by magic.
Yeah.
Yes. I could like take the first half of the watch because that I only need 4 hours for a long rest.
There's also some vagary as far as if you need 4 hours for a long rest, or you just need 4 hours of rest during the long rest to count as a full long rest, is kind of thing. So the idea is,
I was looking at it. It says if you meditate during a long rest, you finish the rest after only 4 hours.
Right.
You otherwise obey all the rules for a long rest. Only the duration is changed.
Sure. Anyway.
I mean, either way, I'll take a watch.
Either way, yes.
Nerv will take the last watch, I guess.
All right. Sounds good.
Charlie's the only one who gets a full 8 hours of sleep.
Just the real fantasy of D&D.
Yeah, that's the actual fantasy, is 8 hours of sleep.
Making money as a freelancer.
Right.
Owning a home.
To be fair, I've never tried delving into a cave with a sword and just hacking at whatever I find and walking out with gold coins, but I don't think it'll work.
I wish it worked.
Do snakes drop gold coins in real life?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
Can you get a magic sword by killing a spider?
Yeah, I just got stronger because I killed this thing.
Yeah.
As someone who's actually had fight training, you actually literally do get a lot stronger if you're actively fighting regularly.
Well, yeah, but I kill this thing, and then I just get bigger muscles automatically.
A friend of mine sent me a photo of probably 5 or 6 years ago when I was like right in the middle of like MMA training, and I was like, "Fuck, I was hot," and I was. That's always a fun.
Stage combat was the most painful week of my entire life.
Oh yeah.
I loved stage combat.
It was good times. Oh
it was
man.
So much fun. Mostly
when you like you like set somebody up in an arm triangle and they go to defend and you just punch them in the throat. It's amazing. The look on their face is priceless.
I got to punch my friend while saying I'm Batman.
Always fun.
Nice.
All right. To D&D. Moving on. Let's get I need a perception check from Lucian.
Okay, those are one of the only like perception things I don't have advantage for.
You're a pallet elf, right?
Moon elves.
Yes, pallet elves have advantage in investigation and insight checks.
You're nice.
Perception.
It was 11.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh, okay, cool. You hear something that can be best described as odd moaning in the middle of the night from pretty far away, towards the forest, with no distinction on exactly what it is. with everyone else kind of is in like the middle of their rest at the time of night that's happening. So you kind of hear something, but can't really make out any specifics on it. Anything you would like to do with that information?
Oh wait, shoot, sorry, I zoned out there for a second.
Ah.
I'm gonna like poke my head out the door, just like,
Yeah, it's sustained. It's not like a instantaneous thing. It's like there's something you can't. It's too far away to make out any clear sign of exactly what's going on. There's just some sort of weird moaning or something in the
Real
forest.
stupid.
Oh, to act up.
I'm gonna go investigate it.
Ooh, all right. Heading out from the tent, you do see there's a pair of guards, not the same pair of guards from the day shift, but a pair of guards at the top there, and they just sort of nod and be like, heading out.
Okay.
Like, just open the gate for you.
I head out.
Give me another perception check.
All right.
This is how Lucian dies.
Splitting the party is always a good idea.
No, yeah, solo missions are
14
always great.
14 plus 4, 18.
18. You can see the glow of what looks like a campfire a few hundred feet deep into the forest. And you hear more like chattering and moaning. And it's almost, as you get closer, it sounds like a call and response kind of thing, where there's multiple entities doing some sort of like almost like ritual or something.
Gonna roll a stealth check.
Go for it.
Hey, that is. Oh god, what? Okay, good. I am proficient in it. That's 25.
25. You
I'm a sneaky
are
bastard.
essentially a shadow. Dark vision assisting you. A bit of moonlight just like almost just inspiring you through your heritage.
Nice.
And weaving through, and you've been through this area before, so you kind of know where the twigs are, and you just avoid everything. And you get right up on a probably a 3 or 4 foot pile of twigs that are ablaze with fire going up. You can see there's a pair of adult women, I would say goblinoid, but not any goblinoid species you've ever seen. Strangely like beautiful and graceful, but they are just sitting, smiling, and appreciating as the 3 goblins that you all have had as servants and crewmates are dancing around this fire. And every time one of them comes around to these 2 like 5.5 foot tall goblinoid like maidens, for lack of a better term, they get up, and then in goblin they're chanting something to them as they do some other dance work, and then they like move along and the next one comes up. So there's this very strange scenario that you're observing, that you are observing completely undetected from the shadows of the forest.
Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more d4 for what I'm about to do.
Oh no.
Would you say they're within 90 feet of me?
Yeah, you would to get all this observation done, and especially to get around all the trees that would be in the way. You're within about 15 feet of them. Yeah.
Okay. 5d8.
This make me nervous.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you're by yourself.
I'm going to be 60 feet away.
Gotta love
If
splitting
you
the
are
party.
60 feet away, you do not have line of sight on them.
Oh shoot! Then as far away as I can be while still having line of sight.
So you're about 30 feet away, and
Oof, that's a lot closer than I want to be.
and even that they have you can kind of get some of them in your direct line of sight.
I only need one of them. I cast sleep.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. Go ahead and roll your d8s.
5d8.
Yes.
Okay, that's an 8, a 7, 4, a 5, and a 3.
All right.
Okay, so
With maths.
Maths.
8 plus 7 is 15, plus 4 is 19, plus 3 is 22, plus 5 is 27.
27 is
Not bad.
pretty good. So the three goblins just fall, and the two goblin maidens look right at you.
As soon as they look at me, I just turn around and run full speed.
Well, you're gonna have to roll initiative for the thing you were doing in the first place.
Oh, shit.
We'll see how that works out.
Let's get my deck.
Were they surprised by said thing?
That is the question.
I mean, it'd be pretty surprising if you just suddenly 3 people just dropped unconscious.
Not necessarily how that works. So how are you doing on that initiative?
19 total.
19 total. Okay, so you do act while they are surprised. And you would have your... so it's your action to cast Sleep.
Yes.
And then what are you doing?
And then I'm going to use a bonus action to I'm going to spend 1 key point to take the dash action as a bonus action.
Sure.
And I'm going to run
Okay, where are you running? Back towards the gate or what?
back towards the gate. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I could do something incredibly stupid. No, I'm not going to do something incredibly stupid. I'm just going to go back to town.
All right, sure. So with your, what is your movement speed?
My movement speed is 40, and it would, with the dash action, it would be 80 feet.
Yep.
They a monk. They
I'm planning on taking the mobile feat when I hit
Oh.
level 4.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh,
Sleeping and then sprinting immediately, and there's there's a chortle from behind you, but a good 100 feet away, that's just like says something in Goblin, which you probably don't speak.
I yell back in Draconic, fuck off, you spooky bitch.
Back up, you spooky bitch.
You run, and there's a moment of like looking over your shoulder and like pausing for a moment, and you're just booking it back towards the town. The guard you see the guard as you're like 200 feet away at the tree line, rushing towards the gate, and the guard looks at you like running full sprint in and kind of like just quickly like lifts and opens the gate, and it's because he notices somebody running from something. And you run into, and he shuts the gate. He's like, "What? What was it?"
There were a couple of goblinoid women, I guess you could say, and 3 goblins performing some sort of what almost looked like a ritual. I put the 3 goblins to sleep, but the 2 goblinoid women are still alive.
Okay.
I just do this.
He just thumbs up and walk away, and the very confused-looking guard is just like standing by the gate. Pulls a crossbow up and just kind of watches the forest line a little more intently.
I'm actually gonna go get some help for this, and then I go back to the cabin and just be like, "Hey guys, you want to help me kill some goblins?"
What?
Everybody is woken up before they finish their long rest, and
Why?
Because there were some strange goblinoid women performing a ritual, and after everything that happened with Sophia today, I am very concerned.
I was really looking forward to that 8 hours, and I get up.
I mean, we don't have anything else to do today anyways.
can't you handle them yourself?
I'm getting up. You said goblins. I mean, at least I speak goblin.
I mean, I probably only need one of you. Charlie, go back to sleep. You look like
Yep.
you look like you have not slept in 3 years.
Then I'm asleep again, like right away.
Immediately. Bam.
Which one of you wants to come with me?
I mean, I speak goblin.
You would be useful. Norvin, go back to sleep.
Peace.
Goes, don't have to tell me twice. Just pulls the bedroll up. All right, so Ravi joins Lucian, heading back up towards the top.
Make sure to get my dagger and rapier, but...
at the gate. All right.
Yeah.
I am also going to pick up my bow staff just in case I need it.
Sure. You
I
all
am not at the point yet where I can just go full unarmed.
Sure. So you all grab your gear and head over to that same area. Are you all just making stealth checks and trying to approach quietly?
Yeah.
I mean, does Lucian tell me what they did beforehand?
I assume on
okay,
the
then I guess I will
approach.
stealth as well.
Yeah.
I got a 21 stealth.
All right.
Not so good on my end.
Can
Um,
I help him out by pointing out things that
12.
will definitely attract attention if he steps on them?
You cannot take help and stealth in the same
The
actions.
12.
12, yes. The two of you approach. As you can see the glow of where this campfire is, and Ravi does break a branch as you all make your final approach to see what's happening. But all you see is a single sleeping goblin, just sitting there, kind of just passed out. Which actually, based on the timing of everything, just starts to blink and come awake and just be like, "Arr!" And it's one of your goblin crewmate folk.
Yeah.
Ah! It scrambles and stands up and looks around.
I was only gone for a minute.
Yeah, I mean you booked it really fast and
Speedy quick.
you
I
didn't
am
wait
the
for anybody
fly.
to armor up. You all just let's go, and got right back over there.
Weep lash.
I would say it would be it would be on the approach when you guys would see the goblin getting up and
What's going on here, my friend?
I saw something very curious.
Where's the other? Kind of looks over at Lucien with a slight just a slight scowl.
In Goblin. It's all right. We can talk. You can talk freely here.
And Goblin responds to you, be like, there is two really hot goblin ladies, and they are like, who's the best dancer? And then the two best dancers get to come back with us, and then somebody cast a spell and made us all fall asleep, and I guess they chose the other two. I got moves too, man. Yeah, he starts doing this goblin dance by the fire. Lucien having no context for what's happening on that end.
Go, Green Boy, go.
He's like,
We just start slowly backing away.
I look at Lucien. It's fine. They were literally just dancing.
For a visual reference, if anyone's ever seen Necrogoblicon, the drunk goblin dancing in the dance party is what you're trying to imagine in your head.
Only a little. I've only a little bit seen it.
It's kind of amazing. Anyways, so there's a good 30 seconds to a minute of this goblin's he's not stopping until somebody tells him to stop.
I say we just leave him here.
Lucien's has backed away slowly.
Lucian's just I'm going back to bed.
Do you know where they were? Where they said they were going?
No, no, they didn't say where their place was.
Shame. Have a good night. And I turn and walk back.
Thanks. He kind of looks around, picks up one of the bedrolls that they were using for camping out, and finds like a spot, kind of, with the pretty large bonfire still going, and just kind of curls up to actually sleep. The two of you kind of walking back. What's up, Lucian?
Lucian looks at Ravi. You can slap me if you want.
I'm not sure it would do much. Seem a little scaly for this.
I'm an elf.
Don't you have like little bits of like dragon scale sort of stuff? I thought that was a thing.
I do now.
Okay.
Sure. New canon.
Since the dragon tooth. I mean, they were literally just dancing. I mean, that's what he said.
And
What,
Ravi
you've
even
never danced for a pretty lady before?
even recalling Lucian's description of it, it was literally a trio of goblins dancing for a couple of hot goblin ladies. Essentially, is what it broke down to. And then Lucian was just like, "Ah, this is suspicious!" and like knocks them all out and runs away.
So
Lucian is. I have an intelligence of 10, and I'm overly suspicious. And I look. I just
Lucian.
wanted to use my spell. It's going to be the only time I'm ever going to get to use it.
Lucian, you're telling me you've never danced for a pretty woman before?
I have a girlfriend.
Have you danced for her before?
I danced with her.
You any good?
Better singing than dancing.
Huh.
You all make it back to the gate. The guard, like, crossbow at the ready, because it was told there was something suspicious going on. Sees you two, like, walking up pretty nonchalantly, and it's just like, so it's fine, and it's nothing.
They interrupted a very suspicious dance circle.
Yeah. Yes, I interrupted a suspicious-looking circle of dancing.
He just grabs the crate for you all to check your weapons and just puts
Take
it
off
off
the
the side.
scabbard and
Lucian just drops their bow staff in, looking very ashamed of.
He leans down and like picks up his like book he was reading that he had to like throw down because there was like an emergency, and like tries to find the page that he was on.
have a good night.
Thanks. You all get back to the tent, and people finish their long rests, getting up in the morning. I'm curious how much Charlie and Norvin want to know about what the scenario was where they got woken up in the middle of the night.
I'm not telling them.
Who's
Sorry,
up? What?
I'm not sure I want to know about the goblin orgy.
It wasn't even. They were just dancing.
I don't care. I got to sleep.
If purity culture in America has taught me anything, it's that dancing obviously leads to orgies.
Yeah.
My footloose is a thing.
It's fine. It's fine as long as you have both feet on the ground, or as long as you have one foot on the ground at all times. It's okay.
Yeah.
How big are you? I'm 5'8". No, I mean like in bed. Still 5'8", but sideways.
Fair enough. All right. This went farther than I meant it to. All right, so the title of my memoir. This went farther than I meant it to. So
This was a mistake.
you all have a day to kind of do whatever you like until this boat would be taking off. So it's a question of what you would like to do. Brad?
I would like to kind of just like walk. It's like literally like logs, like sort of like wall that have like sharpened at the tip.
Mhm. What?
Okay, I want to kind of just like go along around the outside, the inside of the wall, looking for any like halfling-sized holes.
Gotcha. Trying to inspect for a
Yeah.
way things may have
I think
gone
Norman
awry.
just died.
Yeah.
Charlie,
Yeah.
I was going to
so-
go look for somewhere along the wall that your girlfriend might have escaped from. Care to take a look with me?
I mean, she's not my girlfriend, but
I mean, that's what you
I
told the
wouldn't
guard.
complain.
She's not your girlfriend.
I meant Isley, not. I said Sophia for
Oh, okay.
someone else in another campaign. I meant Isley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Your friend.
Phrasing.
Yeah, let's go. I'm kind of like flustered. My face is turning red.
All right.
The attractive halfling lady.
The way this camp is set up, it's almost like there's a cave entrance where most of the this like town is set up, and then the fence is like at the top of it. So you kind of have to go up to where the guards would let you out, but you can just hang a left and kind of go along the wall. I mean, you go right past the guards, but they just look at you, like checking out the wall. What? Careful on the ledge. And then they just look confused.
I'm gonna like hop up onto the edge and just do a little bit of like balancing and just like, and then just kind of walk that way.
Sure. Let's have both of you make an investigation check, kind of checking the walls for anything that might be an exit point.
How is Charlie at investigating?
Okay, but I rolled a natural 19.
Moist.
That's 22.
I was gonna say if I've noticed that Charlie's really good at investigating, then I would assist, but I'll just roll for my own.
Yeah.
For me, it's only a 12. So.
Gotcha. And Charlie, what was the total on that?
23.
23. Nice. Both of you kind of going through. You don't have weapons to poke at anything with, but you're just sort of feeling the logs out. Everything feels really solid. You make it all the way to where the wall actually hits like the edge where it would kind of drops off into a ocean. And there is the tiniest amount of ledge you could, if you wanted to, you could jump and then do another jump, and like with 2 jumps you could kind of get around the fence. It'd be precarious, and you would either fall the like 30 feet into the sand of the village or the 40 feet into the rocky ocean.
Yeah. Did Sophia look particularly nimble when I met her?
Not drastically more than other halflings you've run into. But you know, halflings are pretty good at that kind of stuff.
Nimble, yeah.
Pretty nimble. So hard to say if it would be. Definitely wouldn't be a safe bet to be like, I'll just hop on these rocks and hope I don't fall in the ocean.
Charlie, want a boost?
Sure.
I'm just gonna like Captain America them.
Onto the cliff?
Yeah, just like I'll just tell them to back up and then just run at me, and then I'll just like launch them as they jump.
Charlie, do you want to do that?
As a way to give them the help
How far
action.
of a jump is it?
It's not super far. It's only like, it looks like it's around 5 feet to get a good purchase, and then you would want to drop down and grab to be on the rocks versus falling off of the rocks one direction or the other.
It's not like a platformer where there's like you would jump to another platform.
No,
it's like
there's like a hard edge, and then you'd have to jump off that to get on the other side of the wall.
I see. However would be the best way to help them.
I just run and jump.
I want to give them the help action.
All right, with some help action, go ahead and have Charlie make an athletics check.
Athletics? I thought this would be acrobatics.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just a straight roll? Just one?
You have advantage, so you got some help on it.
I think Norvin's the only one of us who's actually like strong too.
Yeah, we're all dex-based classes.
Yeah, I'm the strength dude.
I'm a monk, they're a rogue, and he's a freaking bard.
I rolled a 4.
He's the one we call.
Okay, so
No.
so
Oh, no.
So now there is an acrobatics check.
See if you were impaled by
we're going to see
sea rocks.
how well this crab fall goes for you.
For the love of God, do not fuck me, Grog.
You got a 4
God,
without rolling in that one.
Fuck!
Don't
19.
die.
19. There is an element of the boost that, what's Ravi's strength?
Not great.
Not great, yeah.
He's got a 10.
Okay,
a 10
so
strength.
it's average,
Yeah.
There's a hook, and there's something about the combination of these factors made it more like a cartwheel, which
Whoop.
is not helpful in careful jumping onto a platform. So there is a bit of a where you kind of like land stomach first into the rock face, but you do find a good purchase and a spot to stick a foot where you are not actively falling down 30 feet or over 40 feet. You are just on the other side in a relatively precarious situation, but one you could pull yourself up on.
Are you dying?
I'm good.
See if there's any sort of, I don't know, tracks or anything like that.
I would say,
Perhaps.
Charlie, make a perception check for me. You kind of right yourself up onto the rocks and find find a place for your feet.
Perception?
Yep.
7.
7. Yeah, looking around.
Can I assist them and like point just like your right foot a little higher?
Not what we're rolling for.
Oh, okay.
But you get yourself up, and you wouldn't want to. You kind of like instinctually just like crouch down and have hands and feet on something, and then you notice the jump back to Ravi is like 5 feet. The jump around over to like somewhere you have footing is more like 10 feet around this thing, and this doesn't feel like, you got the feeling about Sophia, she was more magic than hop around nimbleness, and you don't feel like this was something that she would have gone through.
Yeah, I catch my breath and then try to jump back.
Oh shit! I forgot I had that.
So
I forgot that I can cast Featherfall.
Well, it didn't come up.
I mean, you didn't actually fall. You just, slammed into a rock, so
Right,
it's
right.
okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you know that now.
If you do fall, I've got you.
With my -2 athletics.
Well, isn't Featherfall a reaction spell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's reasons to be fine. All right, so this is more of a scenario of acrobatics, so the distance isn't that big of an issue, and the being thrown by someone when that's not something you've ever done before is not really an issue. So go ahead and make make an acrobatics check. I assume with Ravi ready to help, like grab you.
Natural 20.
Not even a
Heyo.
problem. I
I
would say
go to like try and help them, and then
with the natural 20, go ahead and give me another perception check.
12.
12. Feeling very confident in, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna rely on my own ability to move around here. You plant your feet, you set up, and you know exactly how to jump with a twist, and you'll land just fine. As you make your jump, out of the corner of your eye, you catch what looks like a body in the water, down past that like cliff, on the other side of the fence, down the side in the water, just on the shore, just like floating right in the rocky terrain down in the water. And then you like land with Ravi.
yeah, I feel like I go to help them, and
Yeah.
then they just like flip over me,
Yeah.
and like I'm like I got you,
Like,
and then they just like land behind me.
I picture Ravi reaching out and Charlie like landing on the hands and just walking past and jumping onto the other side.
I'm gonna peek my head over the side to see if I can see who it is and call Ravi over to help.
You don't have an angle from here. You would have to be on that ledge to see, or on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, do you trust me?
Yes, I trust you.
Stand up on the edge here.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, jump.
I jump.
I also jump, and then cast Featherfall on the two of us.
With the goal of what?
Well, landing on the other side of the fence.
You'd have to jump to the ridge and then jump past the fence, is how that works.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of
Then
2 jumps to
I
get around
don't. Then I
those.
don't do that.
Right.
As we feather fall onto these sharp rocks.
I was gonna say it's easy enough to just jump past the ridge and then just fall down to where the rocks are.
That's what I thought you were gonna do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a. Let's get. Because you're just trying to make distance. Let's get a athletics check from each of you.
Okay.
14.
Nice.
Well, with Jack of all trades, that's a 6.
Nice. So Charlie clears the cliff, and Ravi kind of like his feet hit the top, and then
Never good at long jump.
and then just and then just kind of lean over, and then you cast Featherfall, so the two of you just kind of float gently down the 40 feet. You land, and this particular area that like there's jagged rocks and spikes to like just hold on to as you make your way around, and as you all are getting closer, it's actually pretty visible that there's actually 2 bodies floating. One was kind of on the other side of one of the rocks, and you all get over to it and kind of pull up over to the rocky shore, and you see 2 of your goblin comrades that have been utterly drained of all life force. Their skin no longer green, more of just like pale blue, if anything. But
shit.
sunken cheeks and throat, just like bones, nothing to them whatsoever. I mean, they're not, goblins aren't. They're not that heavy to start with, but they're probably down to a good 5 to 10 pounds of body mass.
Can I like just drag one onto like some semblance of like shore?
There's no real shore to speak of. It's just like jagged rock cliff to try to climb up over here. But you have a spot where you can kind of pin them and get yourselves. You're still in the water a little bit, but
I want to inspect the body.
Yeah, go for it.
See if I can figure out what happened to them.
Right.
Would that be like medicine or
I'd say yeah, medicine would work. Go for it.
14.
14. You give the bodies a good look over, and it's a little difficult. Water kind of splashing you guys every once in a while, but looking them over, you don't see any obvious trauma at first, until you kind of like reach into the clothing that they had, and on both of them you can see a completely bloodless slit in the center of the chest that's been like spread apart, and they are both lacking a heart.
All right.
And it's kind of hard to tell if there's no blood just because they've been in the water for some indeterminate amount of time, or if they had no blood to start with. But who could say?
Exactly, a doctor.
Right. Charlie.
Is one of these the ones that I took the dagger from?
Yes, this is 2 of the 3. Yeah, one of them is the one that you took a dagger from, yeah.
Sweet. I don't have to worry about giving that back.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't have to worry about, sure.
Yep.
Always look on the bright side.
Should we inform the others?
Yeah, I think we have to figure out how to get out of here first.
Let's head back. Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, how are you getting out of the situation is a good question.
I didn't think this far ahead.
Well, you two haven't thought that far ahead. Lucian, what do you got going on?
I was just gonna say I don't think Lucian's gonna be of any help, given that they are probably still asleep.
Yep, more than likely. Meditating, yeah. Norvin's probably all armored up and kind of looking around like, what happened to Charlie and Ravi? I imagine we'd come back to like Norvin having coffee or something, and it's just like, where did everybody go?
Yeah, just sitting there sipping my cup of Joe, just looking around, being like, I don't know where anyone is.
So Charlie and Ravi, what are you just gonna try to climb the cliff face, or what's going on?
I'll be right.
You said there's like a sandy beach
No, I did not.
kind of thing? Oh, I thought you said that there was like...
If you
solid
swam,
ground.
if you swam essentially all of the way around the alcove, you could get back to the slight not even really a shore. It's just that's where the dock is.
How long is that swim?
Yeah, and how bad do the waves seem?
You know, not welcoming, and you all are aware of things that are in the water, in the general
Pretty
area.
evidently after yesterday.
Right. What do you want to do?
What do you think our best odds are?
I don't know. Uh, this is a long shot, but I'm gonna tie my rope to my crowbar because I don't have a grapple yet,
Mm.
and try to throw that up and snag it on something.
Sure. I would say make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Fuck.
You are trying to accomplish this in precarious scenarios.
9.
All right. It's not triple disadvantage because it's also not a tool that's meant for this purpose. There is a ting 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 sploosh. You're like, crap. Start pulling up
Then
the.
I pull it back up and stick it in my bag.
Right.
I was gonna look and see if I had a grappling hook, but unfortunately, I do not.
Right.
Norvin's gonna say, "Oh wait, no, I don't have my weapons, do I?"
No.
Okay, never mind. That doesn't work then. Actually, wait. Yeah, Norvin's gonna say, "Pass it here. Let me have a throw."
You're not there.
Oh, I'm not there. Oh,
No.
never mind.
Those two dumbasses who decide to go off alone.
Yeah, who does that?
Yeah, no one
I
has ever
came
done
back
that.
for help. We're doing something
We're
stupid.
fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
Are there good,
No.
like, footholds?
Good
I'll
footholds?
race you to the top.
Not really. There are footholds. So the question is, do you want to start climbing or do you want to start swimming?
I'll race you, and I'll start climbing.
Wait. I just stand at the bottom and wait till Ravi's at the top, and then I'll throw my rope.
Oh.
Waiting for Ravi to hopefully accomplish what's happening here. Ravi, we're gonna start with an athletics check.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Something I'm so good at.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't climb.
you need to.
Well, swimming would have also been an athletics check, so like.
Right, there's
true.
a strength element to making certain any
Both.
progress.
Let's use that one. Not bad. 17.
Oh yeah, you're
Thank-
doing great. Give me an.
Oh, 16.
That's still pretty good. Give me an acrobatics check. I will say with advantage with your.
Oh, I'm much better
with
at
your
those.
athletics.
Yes, gotta love expertise, you know. That's 23.
The rocks are sharp and wet and unpleasant, but you manage to, through a combination of finesse and strength, you are able to just click, clack, click, click, tick, 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 and make your way pretty straightforward and just under 20 seconds up to the top, and almost immediately a crowbar flying at you. With a
I
rope
look down and
attached.
it's like,
You're like, ha! And you're almost like impressed with yourself, and yeah.
like get home alone.
No, you guys are fine. So rope comes up to you with your assistance. Charlie has a much more straightforward method of getting up. I would say just a acrobatics check out of Charlie. You have a surface to pin against and a rope and someone helping.
19.
Oh yeah, no problems. Without having to like really muscle up through the slippery rock, you're fine. You two of you up. You're on the opposite end of the fence, but you are up and out of the water. And one of the guards shouts from like a ways away, be like, "How'd that work out?"
Well, I wasn't impaled, so on a day's work.
I put my hand on Ravi's shoulder and just say, thanks. I really didn't want to do that.
I win, so I'm happy.
Right about the time Lucian and Norvin would be starting to get pretty worried about like, wait, no, where are they? The two of you kind of walk in, soaked, dripping seawater,
like wring out my hair.
Right.
I look at Norvin and say, 2 of your goblins are dead, and then go exhausted, sit down for a little bit.
Yeah, Lucian.
Like Norvin's
Oh,
up.
sorry, Norvin. Yeah.
I was gonna say you had a fun night, but I need an explanation now. What happened to my goblins?
Well, Lucian, I think I found out what happened to the other two. They I don't know what those 2 goblin ladies you described were, but sometime between when you scared them off and this morning, their hearts were removed. So
Oh,
So-
Umbra, you are muted.
I knew that.
So you're trying to tell me my goblins are now missing hearts because they were dancing with other goblin ladies in the forest?
that's the takeaway from this. Do not dance with goblin ladies. It's the
So,
devil.
What are they like some insects? You know how like they eat their mate? They're goblins like that.
Um,
I believe I know
not that I know of.
I think I know what this was. I think this was they described what the goblin deaths looked like, right?
Yeah.
I think this might be the thing that attacked the ship.
The
Does
the
that like
sea
fit
elf.
the description?
They weren't sea elves.
You all remember when you started out your ship, what reason you originally crashed on this island, some at first attractive looking sea elven-ish looking ladies grabbing crewmates and dragging them into the ocean after turning a bit more monstrous to have the physical prowess to do such a thing. Ravi, you were like a little maybe-ish about it from inspecting the wound. It was like a clean cut with no blood, where you got up close and personal with the results of them attacking, and people were either some sort of magic stare, fear, death effect, or were like clawed apart with like multiple claw strikes.
Were these goblins like, was their sternum like fully like cut through as well?
Yeah.
Like clean through the sternum as well.
Yeah.
Damn.
Would Lucian know that hearts are used in magic?
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah. Can I jump in on that too?
Sure.
That's 19, but Arcana is an intelligence trait.
13.
That's
Yeah, it's intelligence.
13 and 18.
Oh wait, no, it would be a 19.
19?
Strength is the thing I have a -1 in.
Gotcha. So with the 19 and the 13, the two of you are aware of some rituals that use the heart of a sacrifice. The specifics of which you'd have to see the ritual to know one way or the other. But it stands to reason, ritualistic dance type thing, hearts removed, something magic-y was happening. You don't know a specific spell or whatever that would be needed.
We should probably go tell he's the governor, right? That's what he's
Viscount.
referred to as?
Right.
We should probably go tell the Viscount and then go deal with this.
Yes, that's the question. Are we comfortable just leaving the island after this?
I'm sure as hell not.
I think we just go goblin hunting
Why goblin hunting?
or
Well,
whatever
they look
those
like
things
goblins.
were.
The
I
thing
say we tell
is-
the Viscount first, though.
Can't lump all goblins into one group, Norvin.
I believe Charlie's
The-
up.
Once a goblin, always a goblin.
Still
The thing is, this boat doesn't leave very often. We could be stuck here for another, a fucking month?
That's why I say we tell the Viscount to see if we can delay this, because this seems pretty important, as in important enough to delay a boat a day or two.
Wait, sorry. This is Outer World. I don't remember. Does the boat leave today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What time tomorrow as well?
The afternoon. They didn't give you a specific hour, but
Okay.
in the afternoon.
Novin, you have an inn with the Viscount, yes?
Yes, I believe so.
Do you think perhaps you could talk to him?
I could probably convince him to leave a day later because it is somewhat urgent. So yeah, Norvin marches out the door towards wherever the Viscount is.
Over
Lucien is
towards the
going
ship,
to go
yeah.
with him.
Lucian heading with. All right. So
I
two
mean, I
of
might
you-
as well.
Yeah, I guess whole group might as well. I guess. Sure.
We've learned what happens when you split the party. We've learned our lesson.
took a few
A few times today, actually.
took a few incidents, but we got there. Norvin leading the charge. You come up to the guard, and it's just like, boats tomorrow. Remember.
Yes, but I have some very urgent matters I need to talk to the Viscount with. Do you think I could just see him real quick?
I can check. He kind of waves over another guard and asks him to go check. And he leaves, and a few minutes go by. You see the Viscount come out just onto the deck of the ship, and walk. So he's about 15 feet away from you all, and he's like, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
So I kind of walk almost onto the ship and be like, "Ah, Viscount, I've come to talk to you about an urgent matter."
Yes.
My friend last night was keeping watch while he slept because our room doesn't exactly have a door on it, and he saw this
Lucien's-
goblin
Lucien's
dance ritual thing, and then this morning, my other friends found the goblins dead in the water. They were my friends, these goblins. My minions, you could say. I'm very distraught over this, and I'd like to figure out what happened to them.
It's quite strange for a follower of Ilmer to take servants in this such a way, but what are you asking of me?
If you could delay the ship just a day so we could investigate what happened to them. I don't want their deaths to be in vain or anything.
Interesting. Lucian, you chiming in on something?
My friend, I think, forgot to add, the hearts weren't torn out. They were very systematically carved out
And I think
with a knife. This wasn't an act of someone trying to eat a heart. I think they may be needing hearts for some sort of ritual. And if there's a ritual happening, I think it'd be best for it not to happen.
Also, there's a possibility that these things could start attacking the people that live here, and that happens, that kind of starts messing up with what you got going on in this town.
As much as I would like to get off this rock, I'm not necessarily all for innocents dying and having their hearts cut out of their chests.
interesting. I will have to have a check with the mainland if the voyage can be delayed or not. Usually it's not, but I will check if they can be allowed. Have an exception made. You haven't till tomorrow either way, so if you'd like to begin your investigation, it's not a massive island, and if this is all happening right around here, it should be close.
Okay.
Yes, that was my thought.
I say we head back to where I first saw the goblins. Let's see if we can find
Find-
some tracks or something.
Good idea.
I'm down for that.
Very well. Good day.
We head
Good
back
idea.
to the camp, I guess.
All
To
right.
the
I'm
goblin
gonna-
ritual
I
area.
grab my weapon, my
Well, yeah.
my bow staff.
Yeah,
I will.
we grab
I
our
hence-
assume we all do.
Henceforth, assume you all grab your weapons on the way out of town. Grabbing your weapons, heading into the forest. It's a relatively quick trek from here, especially if you're not trying to be too stealthy.
No stealth this time,
No
only
stealth,
violence.
just charge. You come up on a what once was a large like bonfire going that is down to just crumbled once was a campfire here, and a single filled bedroll with something inside.
Norvin pokes at the bedroll and kind of opens it to see what's hiding inside it.
One of your remaining goblin crewmate is just like, Captain.
What happened here? Where are the other two?
They have bested me in a ritual of great cultural importance. They have been proven worthy of the company of elder ladies of great renown, and I have been left to wallow in my failures.
And masturbate.
What happens in this ritual? What did the winners receive?
They receive the honor of contributing their it kind of looks around nervously. Sex. They have sex. I don't know how much you need to. How much do I have to veil this? I don't know. It's you dance and you prove your virility and you try to charm them with chants, and then if it succeeds, they sometimes, if they decide to, if everybody's in on all good on it, they take you to somewhere for the Magswag. Which was Goblin.
Very midsummer.
Goblin for Snoo. Lucian, yes.
Lucian's gonna lean down and pat him on the shoulder. Well, don't think you missed out on much. Sorry to break this to you, but they're dead.
It must have been an honor.
They have their hearts torn
They
out.
had their hearts cut out.
I can't explain how good it must have been for them to allow such desecration of their mortal forms.
Is this whole investigation just a kink thing?
I don't know what those words mean.
Good.
Just kink shaming these goblins.
Kink shame.
Oh no.
Oh god.
I think it's okay to kink shame like sex death cults, personally. I don't think that's
Lucian
it.
looks mortified, and instead of listening to this weird rant, they are going to start looking for tracks.
Not Leanos. That's my other character. Ravi, definitely is like trying to stifle a laugh.
Make
He's
a.
like-
I'm not. I'm just laughing.
I was gonna say a wisdom saving throw from Ravi, please,
Oh, okay.
or charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's 18 then.
You maintain decorum. Charlie does not.
Norvin's just speechless, just staring at this goblin now, being like, "What? What?"
I could just hear Norvin quietly going like, "The fuck." What check is it to look for traps?
You're gonna make a
also-
survival check.
Survival.
I
Not
noticed.
not investigation.
And Norvin. What?
Not investigation.
Nope, survival.
I noticed he's looking for the tracks. I'd like to give him guidance on this.
You see him, you see
Charlie,
them
Charlie.
looking around. So
As I'm like trying not to laugh, I'm gonna like tap. I'm gonna like kind of hit Charlie, and then like to get them to stop laughing. It's like just help Lucian to try and distract them.
Are you
right,
giving me guidance or Charlie guidance?
Lucian got guidance. Yes. So survival check plus a d4.
Oh, I thought guidance was advantage.
No, it's a D4.
And then I did tell Charlie to help you, but I don't know.
Oh,
if they do.
sorry. I was dealing with Bill stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
I can-
Oh,
The D4 was not needed. I rolled a natural 20.
yo.
Perfect.
Pretty immediately, you see the tracks, and you, as being the original observer, actually the only observer of the more like 5 foot to 5'6" goblin ladies, you know, you're looking at the tracks, and some of it makes sense. Like you get a pretty. There hasn't been like a heavy rain or anything recently, so you can see in this like underbrush. Oh man, everybody rearranges.
Just that still of Brian David Gilbert makes me laugh when I see it.
But you are able to follow the tracks pretty well. There's a notable size difference where you can see the goblin tracks are, the goblins. You make out that there are like clawed feet on the tracks for these like goblin ladies, and you follow these tracks all the way into they split off at a certain point into two small clearings where you do find some fully like split and opened bedrolls that have been like tussled around with the natural 20. We're just gonna say some things happened, and then you see some tracks that you follow. The tracks come back together, and eventually you find your way to a shoreline that has a small pebbled kind of brink into the surf where the tracks just lead into the water.
I'm gonna just poke my head into the water.
You just submerge your head and look around. Yeah, make a perception check.
22. No, 21.
21. You can actually see a little ways out into the water, but it is just looking out into the ocean essentially. There's nothing there to pick up on in particular. With the 21, you do see about 30 feet off what looks like just the hilt of a dagger in the down amongst like the seaweed and rocks.
I'm gonna poke up to everyone. Hey, I'm gonna go swim out there a second. I'll be right. Is it like shallow water?
Not really. It's pretty much a cliff face when you get out on this end. So it drops about 30 feet when you get 30 feet out, and it continues like that for another 30 feet or so before it drops off even more sharply.
I mean, where's the dagger?
Yeah, it's about 30 feet out, 30 feet down.
Oof.
That always like just like thinking about like in like the ocean how it can just like be going fine and then all of a sudden drop off.
Yeah.
That just gives me like shivers.
Right.
I don't like it.
I see a thing. I have an idea. We're not gonna do this stupidly. Who has rope?
Every D&D
I do.
character.
D&D character.
Yes.
We're gonna be
Okay.
smart about this. Diving.
No, I
into
was
the-
meaning about the rope.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yes.
Smart.
I'm gonna tie a rope. I'm gonna tie a rope around my waist,
Mhm.
and then we're gonna tie the end of that rope to the end of my rope, so we have a long enough rope.
So we're gonna have like
Sure,
a
I see
200-foot long rope.
No, it's 50 feet of rope.
2 50-foot chunks. Anyways, you have rope.
Yeah,
So you got rope tied around you and also on the other end of the party, and you're gonna go try to just swim down to grab that dagger.
Yes. If I yank on this twice, it means pull me back.
Norvin's kind of gonna wrap his hands around it,
Yep.
getting ready to almost yank it if he has
Is
to.
the base of the group, yeah. All right.
And then,
Athletics check from Lucian to swim down. And
cool. I'm
get
proficient in that, which means I don't have a minus.
Nice.
that. Always good.
17.
Yeah. Without issue, you swim down there, grab the dagger. You even underwater looking at it, you recognize it as one of the goblins' own daggers.
Can I see anything else now that I'm further out?
Give me a perception check over here.
Ooh, that's not great. That's 13 total.
No,
Wait, am I proficient in perception?
probably because you're an elf.
Yeah, then that is a 15.
Yeah, nothing special. Ocean and rock and
I'm gonna just tug on the rope.
people thinking
Norvin's
it's
gonna start reeling that in. as
thinking
hard
it's
as
an
he can.
emergency. You just like start running
Yeah.
and pulling and
Yeah.
2 tugs, it's emergency.
No, I only
Why-
tugged it once.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
Ravi.
2 tugs is for like emergency.
Yes. Ravi.
While Lucian is swimming,
Mhm.
I'd like to can I try and make out what kind of tracks they were? The clawed ones, like
just taking a really close look at like one set of tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Getting a,
It's like, can I tell if it's deer tracks?
Yeah, make a nature check.
All right.
Charlie, what you got going on?
I'm just gonna turn to Norvin and say, she didn't say what does one tug mean?
Maybe it's worse than 2?
How would
That's
it be
only a
worse?
10 from me.
A 10. The humanoid-looking foot tracks with talons, like, kind of
Yeah.
pretty. Honestly, pretty similar to the goblins' tracks, except for bigger. You think maybe there is like a what do they call it? The sex dichotomy, where the male of a species, female species will be different sizes, like drastically in this case. That's all.
But I don't know enough about goblins to know that.
Right.
So.
You're not sure. It's like most of the goblins you've met have been male and small, and you're like, well, maybe female goblins.
Yeah, that's a good point. Have I ever met a female goblin?
I don't know. You don't know.
I don't know.
if you
Have
yet.
we?
You haven't run into one in the campaign so far, so
Yeah.
as far as you know.
They
But yeah.
don't exist.
You all pull, and with Lucian swimming, she comes up on shore holding one of the goblin's daggers.
And everyone's gonna say, "Did you see anything down there? Get a better view of anything, or what's going on?"
No, couldn't see anything. But I did find this, and Lucian holds up the dagger. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of aquatic beast. We should probably warn them to like double the watch on the waters, maybe. Or I'm just the captain of stupid ideas today. What if we spend a night outside of town?
A night on the beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm fine
our
with that.
ship doesn't leave until late tomorrow, so
Yeah.
we should have
Be willing
time.
to give it a try. Set up an ambush, perhaps.
Yeah.
Someone will have to blind. I get really dumber. Dumber than normal.
It's like Medusa, but like for hot ladies.
It's like Medusa, except instead of turning to stone, when I see a lady, I just
Turn
get
horny.
real dumb. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah.
So I think we set up camp here then.
All right.
Cool.
So you all just, you all have all of your gear with you. So
Yeah.
you're just gonna stay out here, set up camp, and hope to catch some kind of goblin sex death cult in the act.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Should
We're
we get the
gonna
other goblin?
actually, yeah. I was gonna say, we should get the other goblin to
Mm.
just kind of sit in the camp by
Mm.
himself, camp like 30
Oh.
feet off, and
Smart.
like cover ourselves a little bit, and
Convince-
then just like stake out.
convince him to dance
just-
all night to like hope to attract.
Just
Yes.
dance all night. If you stop dancing, I will shoot you.
And it's just like this.
Yeah.
Well, just get him to hang out, I guess.
Right.
Just get him to vibe.
Well, we'll
Alright.
promise him that the
Like we
goblin
won't
ladies
we
will come
won't
back.
have a fire near us, and then he'll have a fire near him, and then
Mhm.
My friend in the chat, I just noticed.
Oh yeah,
this.
Death by Snoo
Said
Snoo.
Death by Snoo
Yeah, I just
Snoo.
spotted that a minute ago too. I got that reference. I was resisting that reference because I, in a split-second decision, decided it was a heart removal and not a pelvis destruction.
Could have been both.
Could have been both.
I didn't check. So
Medicine
we
check.
didn't look.
The medicine check wasn't over 15, so you'll never know.
Okay, so we set up camp.
Camp
Alright,
is
so I
set
guess
up.
we-
It's about noon, but you all are on a mission here to hopefully smite this threat to the island's security before leaving.
we just all sit awkwardly waiting for night to come.
Right. There's a around sundown, as everyone's still kind of just keeping a good eye out. Charlie, you receive a mental message, which you recognize as happened a couple times for you, where the hairs on the back of your neck just stand up and comes up as like a like when you crack your neck wrong and you're splintering nerve action over your head, as a message comes in, and the message just, Viscount Theodorus is concerned if you may be still alive. Your passage has not been delayed. There are factors that need to be completed tomorrow. You may respond.
Yeah, we're good. We're just hanging out. Gonna maybe kill something out here. We'll be back.
All right. Message is delivered. Everybody.
Also, just during the day,
Mhm.
we would have wanted to like
Set up.
kind of shelter ourselves, I guess, with like, you know, branches and stuff to make it foliage and
Let me
things to
2 people making survival checks to make the hidey
That'll be
holes.
Norvin.
Norvin.
I'll just help Norvin.
So okay, Ravi helping Norvin.
That'll be a 24.
24 is excellent.
And then I
Nice.
still make one, or
No, we get 2 people getting in on that.
Okay.
Gathered materials set up pretty well. It looks like almost looks like just a partially felled tree got cleared out and all the branches got left, kind of thing. So you kind of have probably seen that before out in the forest where trees been like harvested. So you are mimicked something you've seen elsewhere, and it's pretty dead on. You're pretty sure everybody's got a good spot. As you all hunkered down for keeping watches over the night, you have your goblin friend with a well-made bonfire on the pebble beach, doing his goblin dance, hoping to attract noble goblin ladies.
He doesn't have to go all night. I made it clear to him that he doesn't have to do it all night. He just is doing this because he wants
The
to.
question is if he listens to you about that. So,
can we give him a saxophone so he can play Careless Whisper?
Throwing a little jazz.
I have a flute if he wants.
I don't know song names that well. I don't think this is what you mean, but what I pictured in my head is the goblin just.
That is exactly the song.
There we go. Unfortunately, we don't have a saxophone. All right, who is gonna have first watch? It's gonna be Lucian. All right. So
Third watch.
perception check from Lucian
That is gonna be an 18.
and a D12 roll.
Oh no.
Spicy.
Well, the last time I rolled one of these, I got exploded. I got a 5.
A 5. Okay. Nothing of to concern. Your goblin friend is just like,
Is he getting tired or anything?
nope. Second
This
watch.
man can dance.
Second watch is gonna be Ravi, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ravi, go for it. Perception check and a D12 roll.
The stamina on this goblin.
Yeah.
He would have been the ideal.
If somebody hadn't magicked him to sleep, he was definitely gonna be one of the ones selected.
Listen. We saved
You saved him.
You saved his
You
life.
cock blocker.
You cock blocked him into life.
I blocked him, but I also saved his life.
Yes.
Yeah, but which is worse?
21 perception.
21 perception, and what on the D12?
I am the bard, so I don't know.
Exactly.
D12. You got a D? Do you not own a D12 or?
No, I do. I'm just
Oh, okay.
finding the right one.
Use it.
7.
7. Nothing eventful as you're watching this. You're starting to see the pebbles from the beach end up piling in his, like, because of his dance pattern. It's creating like instead of a flat scenario, he's actually
Little
got
trench.
little trenches. Yeah. It's creating little uneven spots in the terrain, but no, nothing. Nothing observable. Who's going next for keeping an eye on things? It's gonna be Norvin. All right. Norvin getting into the wee hours of the night. Give me that perception check and a D12 roll.
18 and 4.
18 and 4. Again, nothing crazy happening. And then at the end of your watch, the horizon just starting to go from black to gray. Charlie, give me a perception and a D12 roll.
18 and a 1.
18 and a 1. Okay.
I don't like the way you said that.
That makes it
Yeah.
so interesting.
I was like, it's either gonna happen on a 12 or a 1. Can't decide which.
As you watch as the goblin notices that the horizon is getting gray with the sun, is going to be rising in the next hour or two, and just like slows down his dance for the first time all night, and just defeated
This man.
slinks down in front of the small smoldering fire. You with a pretty keen eye look past him into the water, and you see a bobble of a disturbance in the water, and then a similar look, and you kind of like get a bow ready thinking, but then as it gets closer and gets within about 20 feet of the shoreline, you realize it's just like a stoppered bottle just floating into the shoreline, and your goblin buddy just doesn't notice it, and he's kind of like, he's not like smashing his fist into the pebbles, but he is just looking down at them.
Poor man.
He's two nights in a row just utterly defeated.
I go up to
That
him
man
and
needs
just
a
pat
lot
him on the back.
Right. It's
You
around
did your best.
He's like, I better go get some sleep. walks off and like gets his bedroll on the other side of what's left of the charcoal remains of the bonfire, and you do see this stoppered bluish brown bottle, like message in a bottle style, just clink, clink, just clinking along the pebbles as the
I run in and grab it. I want that.
you just grab it.
Freaking kleptomaniac.
Smeagol who?
I mean, with the dagger.
So, what is your instinct to do with the bottle?
Is there like a message in it?
It is opaque and stoppered, so you can't see into it.
I'm gonna shake it and listen.
You do hear what's a slight amount of sloshing, with a little thud to one side or the other.
You just destroyed a perfectly good ship in a bottle.
I'll just bring it back to the group. But I also want to go, like, I feel so bad for this little goblin.
Right.
But I'm just gonna go up to him and say to him, "Look, man, I'm sorry. But if it helped,
do give me a perception check.
oh, is he gone?"
He's dead. He's just died.
12.
All right, you made a perception check earlier. So yeah, you can hear the sloshing on the inside. The goblin also hears the sloshing in this bottle as you kind of walk over to him, and he's like, "Is that wine?"
I don't know, man. I
Hey,
better be safe than sorry.
I'm already pretty sorry.
It's just pure vinegar.
I
think
bend
he
over and I
Can
tap him. I tap him on the shoulder and say, "I'm sorry, your night was bad, man. But look, I feel bad for you guys all tagging along with us. Your real captain's still alive. The
What?
you know the real one, like the one that Norvin was dressed as. Like, I feel bad you're stuck with us, man."
Oh, that's okay. He kind of like
Poor man.
kind of gets up and like shakes your hand. Is like, I can respect the honesty, but if you don't mind, I'm gonna go find my captain.
We lost
Okay.
a friend.
This poor man.
Kind of like just like grabs, doesn't even roll up his bedroll, just grabs it, and starts and
Right.
just scurries just into the forest, heading northward.
Drags it behind him, head down.
Sorry, Norvin. I just felt bad for the dude.
He was my best friend, though.
I'm sorry.
Charlie, give me a what are you doing as you're talking to everybody?
I'm like awkwardly holding the bottle.
You are not holding the bottle.
Oh!
That little shit. And then I beeline it towards where the goblin went.
Charlie, where are you going?
Yeah, I'm getting
I
my
guess
shit back.
I stand up and
Yeah.
chase after Charlie.
You guys watch as Charlie just takes off into the forest.
Am I done my meditation at this point?
Yeah, you all are. This was like at the end of watch. Everybody's kind of woken up and hasn't made breakfast or anything, but is like geared up.
I'm gonna chase.
Yes.
Same here.
Just neom.
Yep, Norman's gonna sprint after her as well.
Right. You all are kind of rushing northward.
Man, I really wish I had taken hold person now.
So
What do I have? Anything
first to
useful?
get to the scenario is Charlie and Lucien would get there first. I'd like each of you to make just an initiative roll to see if you beat something that's happening.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I get advantage on initiative. I forget about that.
That's a 22.
Nice.
14.
22 and a 14. Lucien, you see the scenario first with Charlie right behind, and it's just like you're only a couple hundred feet off of where you were a minute ago, but you see this goblin who's gone over to one of the rocky overlooking the water kind of spots, and he just has this bottle and you walk out of the forest line as he unstoppers the bottle to try to swig whatever's in it. And then apparating in front of this goblin, swirl of water leading into this bottle that has just been unstoppered, is one of these guys. There is a golden sash fish man. The bottom half is a swirl, spiraling water that trails off into the bottle.
Oh, that's okay.
Appears in front, and it looks like it's about to give some sort of speech to this goblin. But you're there first.
Still a genie in a bottle.
How
Yes.
close am I to him?
Is 1 on the d12, and then I roll a d6, and if it matches,
How close am I to the
D6 thing.
goblin?
you're only 20 feet away.
I'm gonna run over and take the bottle from the goblin.
You go and you just snatch the bottle. Yeah, make an athletics check to just take it out of his hands.
It's not sleight of hand?
No, you are not sneaking. You are taking.
Okay, then that's a 16.
16. Okay. This goblin was trying to drink whatever alcohol was maybe in this bottle, and so he's just like, ah! And he just walk up and just, chink, just take the bottle. This creature, just looking down at this goblin, then just turns its gaze over to you. Charlie, are you doing anything?
I'm just standing staring at this thing.
Kind of get to the edge and see this thing and just okay.
This is strange.
The creature looks Lucien in the face and is just like, normally, technically, this one would be able to make a request of me. However, if you would like to make a request of me, I ask you release me from my bond, and you can choose a reward of wealth, of power, of knowledge, of wrath.
I think I thought of something really interesting, but it.
I want to hear what the goblin wants. I say.
I want to go the goblin wants.
Can, out of character question.
Sure.
Does Lucian know where the other dragon temples are?
Not specifically. Their
But,
research would have to be
know,
made to find them.
But do I know like the vague areas they're in?
Like the regions to go to, you have some idea. You probably know the region to head to next for one of them, which then should know where others are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my idea was, out of character, to wish for a map leading directly to them.
Oh, you
But
gotta
that
decide
feels
what you're
like cheating.
gotta decide what you're doing in character.
Yeah.
Now, Norvin and Ravi are a bit slower than the other two, without the ability to dash as a bonus action and for speed enhancements. But there's basically one more turn, and then Ravi and Norvin is showing up. The goblin is just looking up and goes, "Wait, I was gonna get a what now?" But then it's Lucian's go again.
Who are you bonded to?
He goes, "No one."
Then what is this bond you speak of?
To the bottle.
How do I break it?
You break it.
Fair enough.
Charlie, doing anything?
Wait, what does the goblin want? I want to know.
This creature looks.
He wants to get laid. We already knew that.
You already know the answer to this question.
This kid deserves a break. I just want to know what he would say if he had the chance.
A person can have multiple wants.
Fair enough.
Or the same want multiple times. It's it's a big old mess.
You could want to fucking cuddle or just fuck a lot.
Punctuation. Very important. He just looks back to Lucian and is just like, wrath, power, knowledge, or wealth. With my release.
I can't specify any more than those 4 things.
At that point, Ravi and Norvin kind of crash through the brush up to where Charlie is standing, seeing this large, half-water swirling fish man with very, very fancy sashes across. One, the midriff and over-the-shoulder sash look like pure gold but cloth. And
Do Norvin and I can we tell what it is?
yeah, if you think you can, make a either a history or an arcana check.
Well, it's a 19, but it's a nat 20.
Ah, that 20 reduced to 19. Always fun.
9.
Ravi, no idea. Crazy monster. What's happening? Norvin, you pick up this. This is a noble genie. This is something that can grant a wish. Sometimes there's historical context of multiple wishes. Sometimes people bind themselves to these creatures for sustained acquisition of power.
Genie Warlock.
Genie stuff.
Ollie,
So,
what the fuck is Lucian doing?
so in this moment, Norvin will say, "This is a genie. They can grant wishes. Some can grant more than one, others can grant only one. We have to be careful with what we wish for, because we may only get to do this once."
Lucian.
He's giving me.
Yes.
Lucian!
I'm going to answer my question again. Can I only wish for one of those 4 things, or can I get more specific?
Kind of looks at you, like someone who's already explained themselves. Charlie, up to anything?
Feeling bad for this goblin.
He's still just looking like, I don't understand what's happening. Like someone who just wanted to drink, who then had a genie show up and then get taken from them immediately. This creature looks down and he goes, My frustrations are growing. If you would like to pass me off to someone else who can make a decision on this, I would appreciate it.
Yeah. Over
No,
here.
no.
I have a wish.
I would very happily take
No, no,
this
no, no,
gin
no,
off
no.
your
No, no, no,
hands.
no.
Everybody
real
else like
quick.
it.
Pick me.
I know what I'm going to wish for.
We should talk this over with the group first. This should be a group decision, or it should be Charlie's decision because she's the one who found the bottle.
I mean, that sounds fair to me.
Well, it looks like Charlie's shrugging.
I
do you-
say group decision.
Lucian, group decision.
I vote we wish for we wish for power.
A power of what?
He didn't say.
Well,
I
power
don't know,
alone's
man.
not always a good thing.
I'm kind of trying to lay low.
I'm nervous because out of character. I'm nervous because it looks like you're looking through the monster manual.
Why would that make you nervous?
I'm a DM. I know what that means.
What? I mean,
I
what
think
would
the
do the
genie-
greatest amount of good for all of us?
If we all got power, we could do more good.
Okay, so
What
I
time
wish...
of day is it right now?
This is sun peeking over the horizon morning.
I still say power.
I say maybe we cork it and save it for later.
I think that would make the genie very angry at us.
But as long as he's bound to that bottle, he can't do much to stop us, can he?
Yes, but he said we would only get our wish by unbinding him.
But that could happen later. No point to rush it.
I mean, you can do a lot of different things with money.
The monstrosity behind you, behind the four of you, chimes in, like, it's right. Unbind me, and you can have one of the things I can offer.
Do we each get to pick?
Can you list them again?
One of you may unbind me and receive wealth, power, knowledge, or wrath.
I think knowledge would actually be quite useful here.
Yes, if we could figure out what's going on with the goblins, perhaps.
Yeah. That would actually be really useful now that I think about it.
But it's a wish. We could get to do anything with this.
Ravi's
We have to think beyond this one singular moment.
conflicted.
I don't,
Ravi is conflicted.
I don't think we get a pick. I think we only get those 4 things.
But Norman's so conflicted right now
Let's
because he's a good cleric and he wants to wish for power or knowledge in order to help those around him. But he thinks that's a selfish wish. I don't know what to do. I am so internally conflicted on how to play this.
Lucian's
We
gonna
could
do
use it
something.
to help Sophia.
Oh,
Ravi likes money and power, but he doesn't. And he's like, do I go with the, like, I guess I could help people, or do I go for the money and power?
Lucian is gonna take the bottle,
Wait.
raise it over their head.
Wait,
Raise it over their head?
Lucian, before you do that, I reach on your shoulder and I just give him a little bit of guidance. To hopefully assist in whatever challenge he's about to do, because I can tell he's gonna do something. I don't know what, but I know he's gonna do something.
You know, she's
Again,
gonna do something there.
Again, Lucian's a girl,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
and Lucian smashes the bottle on the ground.
Smashing it, shards of glass and the pools of water coalescing around the entity, and just like, for no favor, a noble
Power.
No, wait.
No. I was under the impression I had to say it after I unbound you. I wish for power.
Hey, hold on. She's the one that
Okay.
smashed it, so
Right.
Out of character, I was actually confused.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Yes, so that's why I did that.
You have a high enough
So-
wisdom in character, you would know it's you make your request and then smash.
Okay, then I'm going to say in
smash.
character, I say power, and
Yeah.
I wish for power, and then smash it.
As you
Hold on.
as you
Smash.
power, and then go and immediately smash with everybody else. Go, wait a minute, and then the
Wait.
and then the bottle just smashes on one of the rocks. As does this creature reaches out to shake your hand.
I'm gonna shake his hand.
All right,
I have high wisdom, not high intelligence.
that's fair. Whoop.
I'm afraid.
Yeah,
As am I.
I don't like this right now.
That
I
That
don't
is
like
the
this
monster
right now.
manual.
That looks like a
I-
monster manual to me.
It's always. What are you talking about? It's always good when a DM gets another book out.
No.
Wait, no. Oh no, that was Mordecai's Tome of Foes.
Even worse.
I'm not confirming or denying any hypotheticals of which book was grabbed.
I mean, it could also be Tasha's, because the back did kind of look like Tasha's.
It is a book. Is the thing.
I can confirm it is a book.
It's never good when the DM has to grab another book.
And he's doing a lot of reading right now, which is really scary.
Yeah, that makes me nervous.
Yeah, we should definitely keep distracting him.
Am I gonna be in a...
I am easily distracted. All right. A bitter cold cascades across your arm. The normal like lightning you're used to existing in your recently acquired ability to do punches. You feel the lightning kind of subside and retake, and you can still feel the lightning coming from that dragon's tooth, but you feel access to ice for your punches, as well as a tattoo scrolls across your inner forearm.
I got a magic tattoo.
There's the language. I don't believe you read, but there is a scribed text that is up your forearm in tattoo, leading up to your wrist, and it nods.
Many of us read it.
Always wanted a tattoo.
People list off languages you have access to.
I have Common, Elvish, and Draconic.
Goblin.
Common
Dwarvish,
halfling thieves can't.
Nice.
Thieves can't what?
Eh.
Haha.
Rabby?
Dwarvish, Elvish, Giant.
Gotcha. Rabby?
The only other one is Goblin.
Gotcha. I don't believe anyone even has a language that shares a script with what is now tattooed. So
Damn.
I out of character, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Probably Elemental or Celestial, but I'm in character. I don't know that, so don't confirm if I got it right.
fair enough. The strange script is tattooed up your forearm. You feel you now have access to do ice as one of your elemental like dragon monk stuff, and
Including breath.
yeah, access to ice. The creature with its newfound freedom gets this giant like spiky toothy grin on its face, and it's just like, thank you. Now I must find subjects, and like swirls off and drifts down into the ocean.
Oh no.
Back to bite us in the ass.
It
No!
definitely will.
People
We know
always
it will.
release
Off.
elder elemental genies into the world with no consequences.
No
Fine.
Okay, correction. No direct consequences. As long as it doesn't affect us, I don't care.
Charlie.
I just flip her off and start walking away back to our camp to.
Just to go gather
I'm
your
a
stuff.
pirate. I'm a pirate. I have poor impulse control. I'm given a wish.
I
will
can't.
wish for something.
I'm not listening to you, and I keep walking.
Can any of you read this?
Everybody takes a look. Nobody
Nope.
even knows what those
No.
letters are.
Ravi, don't you have some sort of spell?
That might. I might. No, that's my other character that I play.
Wait, do I have it? I do not. Nope, I don't think I got
I am
that
a
till
bard
next
built for
level.
battle.
College of Swords.
Yerp. All right. Charlie, you make it first. You're first back to the camp, and just start. You guys start packing up all of your stuff. Nobody recognizes the language of the tattoo, are quite sure even what it's linked to in particular.
Now my drinks will always be cold.
It is the morning of the ship's departure. You all just gather your things and I assume head back to the camp.
I guess, yeah.
And make your way over to the ship. You do see that there are a certain amount of provisions being offloaded. You get the sense that the ship kind of manages the supplies that they have, and then as they're gonna go in to go get more supplies, they're just offloading anything that's left, and then they're gonna head out. Charlie, yes.
At any point, do we see them loading our weapons on?
No, you guys approach, and the guards they ask, "Do you want us to get your weapons on the ship?"
Can we just take them?
Can we carry them on?
I mean, if you want to wait till one of us is going to be going on the ship as well. So, if you want to wait until that's that time, I can just go with you.
Sure, we'll wait till
I don't
then.
have anything else to do.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually do have something to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand my weapons to Ravi, and I'm gonna go find Ingram.
Gotcha. All right.
Have a stick.
Making your way over. There's Ingram is doing like what looks like a last pass through the camp, collecting pearls from people and handing them receipts. Yes.
Ingram, do you know this language? And I show him the tattoo.
It's kind of pulls his glasses up to take a look at it, and Ingram looking at it is, I don't, but I can. Just a moment. And
okay.
kind of gives like a little look around, like he's a little uncomfortable, but opens his book anyways and starts tracing out. And it takes a good 10 minutes go by, but he like traces out some symbols, and then there's some glyphs glow off of his book. He goes, "Could you put your arm?" He just like maneuvers his book to be like up under your arm.
I'm basically like scanning it.
Right. You see glowing like magical text kind of rise up out of the tattoo. And he goes, just kind of like raises an eyebrow, and then his eyes get a little wide, and he's just like, could I get some context as to what's happening here?
Context after you tell me what it says.
Fair enough. Somehow, in the last day, you have inscribed a very powerful scroll on your arm. In particular, unleashes a cacophony of ice onto the battlefield in front of you.
So, to explain, we met a genie. And I
Okay.
will leave it at that.
I'd rather you not.
He gave us options, and I wished for power. So now I can punch things with ice, and I got a scroll on my arm.
You wished for power in exchange for what?
Promise you won't be mad.
I do not.
Then I kind of don't want to tell you.
I really need you to.
Kind of freed him from his bottle.
You freed a noble genie from
Are you
its
gonna kill me?
servitude for it points at the arm for a single use, albeit useful battle implement.
To be fair, I said power. He did not specify that it would be a one-time use thing.
You didn't ask him to specify.
I tried.
He's bound to something you had and you didn't insist.
I did insist. He just kept being vague as shit.
What's done is done.
You aren't gonna not let me on the boat now, right?
Oh, I don't think it would help either direction, so no, it's fine.
Okay.
Anything else I could help you with?
No.
Very well. I kind of like,
He
he
Lucian
just like
slowly
turns and just leaves for the boat. And there's like one or two other people who are like, I've got a thing. I'll get you next time. He just ignores them and just walks to the boat.
Out of game.
Yeah.
Is that like a cone of cold or something?
Hasn't been
Can't
specified.
say.
Hasn't been
I have a
specified.
guess as to what it is. I think it might be Ice Storm, which is like a level 5 spell. But to be fair, one-time use, so.
You're just not gonna tell Lucian what she can do.
I'm not
It's
saying
like-
shit,
No,
because
no,
I think that's
it's-
Have
funnier.
fun,
It'd be
have
like,
fun casting a random spell at some point.
It's gonna be no. What's gonna be funny is gonna be like an RPG where you never use it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
For
Save up.
I don't know if this is house rule or rules is written, but my rule on scrolls in general is there is an Arcana check to activate if you wouldn't normally be able to cast the spell. So this definitely falls into that scenario, with potential failures being potentially hilarious.
So it's not like one of the Tasha's tattoos. It's
its own thing. You essentially literally have a scroll on your arm for some kind of mega destructive cold damage spell.
Cone of Cold at 9th level.
Possibly.
Why would I do that? I can basically cast Cone of Cold for free with my Frost Breath.
I mean, 2d4 and 10d6 aren't the same thing, but... All right.
Yes, but I can do that without having to. I can do it multiple times.
There's not really anything
rock.
nothing in particular happening before it is time to load up onto the ship. Guard, it's not just lets you carry your weapons at this point, and he just like walks you all as he's going as well onto the ship. A lot of the guards, about half of them, like stay. The Theodorus himself also stays, and like kind of walks, gives everyone a nod and a handshake as they get onto the boat. Lucian, yes.
I was gonna ask, what type of ship is it? Is it like a sailing ship, or does it have some sort of other means of propulsion?
Like we've gone over, there's no mast whatsoever. It is kept not even rocking in the water as the waves go by a one on each side, magical crystals with another magical crystal on the back.
All right.
Yeah.
Just clarifying.
Yeah. There is a spot where a mast once was in the like center of the deck, but it's been like sheared off, and it's like sometimes they use it as a table kind of thing.
Place Sabak on it.
Norvin would like to ask.
Oh, Charlie's up.
Sorry.
That's fine,
Sorry,
go ahead.
I forgot about that. I forgot about the finger thing. You can go.
Anytime Lucian is in my sight,
Mhm.
I am just scowling. I am not trying to hide it. I am pissed. Okay, now you can go.
Right.
Okay, so we're on the ship now, right? He escorted us onto
Yep.
it.
You guys get escorted on. Looks like they're about to depart.
I'm gonna ask, is there a way to go below deck? Because I don't really like being on a ship on the top deck. It makes me feel queasy, even if it doesn't rock.
A gruff dwarven woman who you all recognize was the like head of the guard of the island, and it's just like, what?
Can I go under and stay there for the trip?
Like below deck.
Sure.
How do I get down there?
I would say make a
We've been down there
deception
before.
check, as I think there's some ulterior motives going on here.
-1. That's a 17.
That one. He kind of just gives you this really intense look and be like, if you need to shit, the spot's on the back of the ship, and make sure it gets in the water. I don't like it on my deck.
Okay.
There's a reason they call
So
it the poop deck.
Again,
Fun fact,
seasickness
not
a
actually
thing.
where you poop.
so I go under, seemingly have the shit, and I want to cast detect magic again. Now
Go
that
for
I'm inside of the ship.
Indeed, it is a new day. You guys all had a long rest. Yep, heading in the ship. So you cast detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm good at those, and I am not that good at those. That is a 14.
A 14. You look around. There's other people like walking around, so you're trying to be a little nonchalant about it, I suppose. But you do get a look around. You see a tinge of magic is behind the door for Ingram's room that you all went to earlier, or a couple days ago.
I want to walk over to the room and just knock on the door and say, Ingram, you in there?
There is no response.
Is the door locked?
You check if the door's locked.
Yeah. Just
Uh,
touch the handle, see if it opens.
Sure. The door is not locked.
Okay, How tall is Ingram?
He's like 6'2".
Okay, so that works. I'm gonna use my disguise self. Or wait, what's it called? I'm forgetting. Yeah, disguise self.
Mhm.
And turn myself into Ingram
Nice.
and walk into the room.
You walk in, you see there's getting a good inspection of the room. You can see that there is a central table, and everything's made to like fold and be put aside. Like you find the chairs that were laid out for all of you have been folded and like put up in like a little rack that's actually part of the ceiling. The table folds and like moves off to the side. You can see what looks like his cot is currently folded and like up against a wall, and you can see that the glow of magic you can see in looks like it's coming from under a floorboard. Ravi, yeah.
Just so you know, oh gosh, I cannot remember. Norvin, there it is. That's the name. You can't you can't have dispel. You can't have disguise self and detect magic up at the same time.
Why not? Disguise self isn't concentration.
It is concentration. Yeah, they're both concentration.
Disguise self's only verbal and somatic. It's not a concentration.
I was pretty sure. Oh, it isn't. Never
No, it's
mind then.
not.
Sorry, my bad.
Point of order, appreciated, but we're good to go.
I fully thought that was my bad.
I think it's reasonable to think it is, but actually, yeah, kind of makes sense. It's not.
I made sure to check it wasn't before.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, my bad.
We're
I don't
good.
need to correct you.
All's well, but you can see this little glow from under a floorboard.
I want to see if I can lift up or push in that floorboard to get whatever is underneath it.
I would say make an investigation check with advantage because you do have a pretty you know right where it is, so you're just looking for the mechanism.
Thank God for advantage. That's an 18.
18.
That was a nat 1 before, which was within the 0, but this is a 19 and it's now an 18, so that's a lot better.
Noise. Starting to think I should have played a character with a high intelligence.
Somebody should.
We could use at least one of those.
But feeling around, you feel over, and with a smaller surface to actually inspect, you find a spot where a little bit of pressure pops up part of the plank, which then you get under and can lift the small section of plank out. And right there, you can see a tiny, and I mean like little miniature, like a literal, there we go. So a little, like a miniature treasure chest. It looks like it's shut and it's got like a little lock on it. There's like, it's literally like you're holding it up like this, looking at it, and but you do that's the glow, and has a glow of conjuration magic all over it.
I'm gonna pocket it and walk out of his.
The magic is from
I'm
the
gonna
box, like
peer.
the little chest itself, or
Right.
like,
The chest, the
or
entire
from
chest,
inside it.
the entire
I'm gonna-
chest itself has conjuration.
I'm gonna walk over to the door I walked in from and kind of peer out, like not to be seen, but just looking out to see if anyone's out there.
You can hear people walking around. Like there's people walking around. The boat's being final loading is happening, and people are kind of all over the place.
Okay, I'm gonna do two things. I am.
Can't feel
I mean,
bad.
you still look like Ingram.
Ooh, yes, I can do this. So that Ingram thing was just in case they walked in on me. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take the dash action with my action. I'm also gonna use hidden step and immediately move me into the shitter. It is like a separate little
Hidden?
closed off area. The washroom, sorry.
I'm not sure we're thinking of the same feature when you said hidden step.
Hidden step is the
Herbolg
Hidden
says a
step.
bonus
As a
action.
bonus action,
can, like,
you can magically turn invisible until the start of your next turn or until you attack.
Okay, so you don't teleport though. You just want to
No.
you want to turn invisible and then run
And work my way through the crowd, basically, yeah, and sprint through it to the washroom and hide myself in there before uncloaking.
Gotcha. Make a wisdom check for me really quick.
oops,
Just
there's someone
flat
in there
wisdom?
already.
Yeah, flat wisdom check.
That's a +4. That's a 16.
Nice. You do remember to replace the plank in the floor.
Oh, yes, that would have been bad.
So the plank is reset, like it's set up and ready to go. You've pocketed this tiny magic chest, and then you're gonna like and turn invisible and move. There's two like crew that are coming down like with coming down with like holding like sacks and
Yeah, with
a
cargo
small
and
crate
stuff.
cargo kind of stuff. Or no, they were heading out with crates and stuff. So there's only a couple of people that are coming down. One is like kind of walking the same way you're going with a crate as the door swings open, and like nothing leaves, and it kind of like goes and like looks in and sees an empty room and then shuts it and sees no one. There's someone else without anything kind of coming down the stairs as you like brush past. And it's just like they hear someone going through it like at a pretty full speed, and they're just like, but they're confused. They don't see anybody. But you make your way over to the spot to poop on the back of the ship, where after a moment you become visual again, and you have dropped the illusory self thing. There's sort of a beat goes by, and then another, and then a small voice from behind you is just like, "How's it going, Norvin?"
Who's there?
It's Sophia.
Is this coming from the chest?
It's coming from directly behind you. There's sort of like a little like observatory kind of like captain's lounge thing, and right behind it is a spot where people can like poop in private. But it's also a place where people can just hang out privately. And so it sounds like she's just like directly. You don't see her; she's not visible.
Where are you?
Like a foot or two left of where you're looking.
And I look like a foot or two left to try and make eye contact with her.
Right.
Why are you invisible?
Eyes are up here, Norvin.
What did she say?
Eyes are up here, Norvin.
Literally cannot see them.
You can't see him. She's like, well, I didn't want to be seen, and it was a good time for me to be getting out of here.
We were worried for you. We wanted to know what happened.
Oh, that's sweet.
I
Why?
found this.
Why'd you just appear here? What's going on?
Well, that's a really long story that I don't exactly have time for. But you think you can keep this between you and me?
As long as you keep this between you and me.
I can do that. Shake on it, and I just like hold out my hand, like roughly where I think her hand would be.
Please do it.
There, you feel a small halfling hand grip yours and give a handshake.
Oh god, the size difference.
I am like 9 feet tall, so.
Right.
Oh yeah, being down,
Uh, and then
and she's got to be reaching all the way up.
and then I just turn around, open the door, and walk out towards my friends.
You're
and
more
everyone.
like on the actual back deck of the ship, kind of exposed to the ocean overlook. But you can just like walk around and come out to the thing. Charlie, what's up?
Is Apollo on this ship?
The what?
The guard that I
Oh,
had
right,
that conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he's at the front of the ship, looking excited yet stoic to the horizon where Ilmer is, or the Church of Ilmer and the city of Seton is.
Cool. I am avoiding him like the plague.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna hang out with him. I was like, oh hell yeah, they're gonna hang out some more.
Right.
I do not want to have another heart-to-heart.
That's not.
There's only so many conversations you can have in like a poly community before you start getting invited to things, and it's really awkward.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Been there, done that. Not a good time.
Not a good time.
Fun.
Do I see where Charlie is when I walk out of this shit room?
It's not even really a room. There's a place to poop on the back of the ship where it can then go into the ocean. But where are you looking for?
Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah, you can find with some searching, you can probably find Charlie eventually avoiding a particular guard, which isn't that hard. He has one direction that he's looking.
Yeah, I walk over to her and I just kind of like lean in as if I'm giving her a hug.
They may or may not accept a hug.
I'm a big
I'm
fuzzy guy. Why
Kind
would
of
he
like
not
in
accept
there
a hug?
awkwardly.
Wait, Charlie's a halfling, right?
This is quite
Oh,
a
I
lean
forgot
man.
Yeah.
that. That's a
It's
smother, not a
tiny.
hug.
It's like they'd be around
Like,
like
you'd have
your,
to get
your
down on your
knees.
knees and
Yeah,
like.
they'd be like around your knees if they were to just hug you.
And I just whisper in her ear, I found Sophia.
Is she okay?
She's on the ship. She's trying to get out of here like we are.
Oh, thank God.
I also found a little tiny chest hidden somewhere that I don't know what to do with.
Do you want to hide it in the bag of pearls?
Yep. And I drop it in the bag.
I'm gonna need a sleight of hand check from both of you. There are people walking around, and
Oh, that's good for me. That's a 17.
you guys
19.
you all do feel the ship move. Slightly. You two are kind of below deck, but you make this transfer pretty slyly. You're pretty sure. You have this small chest now in with the bag of pearls.
Yeah, 'cause fuck that guy.
There is almost an immediate like ding 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 from the deck to like alert people.
Huh?
Everyone who was walking like in any given direction stops and turns to go above deck. The four of you all follow suit.
Lucian was above deck.
Right, yeah, some of you were already there. The Catherine, this head of the guard, is taking her axe and like hitting the bell. Not like, there's a rope there to pull, and she's just not bothering. Ding, ding. Everyone gets above deck. You don't see Ingram anywhere, but Catherine's like, we have reports of an invisible individual on the ship, brushing past, possibly robbing or looking for things to rob. The effect is something like this, and as she motions, you see Ingram appear. Magic such as these are not allowed on the ship, everyone should know. Now, luckily, I asked Ingram, and nothing has been stolen, but beware of this kind of behavior.
Are you sure?
If this
about
comes up again, everyone will need to be intensely searched.
that? I've done that before. It's not fun.
I think I can do that.
A full cavity search?
Oh,
A search of all
My
the cavities.
my prison wallet.
I don't get that reference.
Up his ass.
This dwarf woman wants to retire, and you guys keep talking about asses.
What, does she want some?
What?
God.
I said, what, does she want some?
Let's move on.
Moving on. The axe tings as the hilt lands on the ground. Everyone just sort of nods and like kind of looks around at everybody else that's on the ship. There are 3 like other families that are on the ship, getting to make their way back to mainland, and everyone's just sort of looking at each other. And there is an awkward pause as everyone knows somebody is trying to do something shady on the ship, but nobody knows who of everyone here is capable of that thing. But with that warning and the assumption that there's also going to be maybe precautions taken and people maybe feeling around trying to find invisible people,
Walking around just...
people just... But yes. Everyone is kind of dismissed and goes out to their like cabins and places to hang, and you all are on the deck, able to see and interact with each other. Crew are going about their business. There's a slight hum as these gems are activated, and you all just like you expect, it's very bizarre because you expect the ship to like hit each wave and like, but instead it's just the ship and it's just waves hitting it. And you can feel the ship slow down slightly when it gets... So it interacts with the mass of the water, but otherwise it's just carving through, going straight.
Cool.
I'm just gonna, like, just mouth to Norman, where is she?
The poop room.
Well, I guess it's time to go take a shit, and I start heading down.
Loudly announce to everyone, just like, hey everyone, I'm gonna go take a poo.
Time to shit. Just like walk away.
This is Charlie's new catchphrase.
It's time to shit.
Well, it's time to shit.
It's time to shit. New catchphrase, time to shit. You get to the back. You do see one of the guards that was in the village, kind of on that back area, taking the sheath from their sword, or their sword is sheathed and they're using the sheath to like kind of go like and just like feel through the area, and then just goes around the other side and back onto the deck.
There's only so much dodging you can do until you get hit by something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just... Is anyone else in here? Is it empty now?
There's no one you can see there, yeah.
That I can... I'm gonna look to see if anyone's around.
Make a perception check.
Oh, dick. 9.
9. No, there's nobody around.
Fuck. I'm just gonna whisper very softly. You need to be careful. Look away, and then I can take a shit over the side of the boat.
Look away. You can hear a like a just the just the wind, an extra splash at some point.
Put that on a t-shirt.
An extra splash at some point.
No, you need to be careful. Now look away.
And then in Asterisk takes a shit.
Or just like with an outhouse on it or something.
Yeah.
Need to be careful. Now look away.
All right. Any other interactions you all would like to do?
I'm guessing.
Is there any rum on this ship?
Is there any rum on the ship? You suspect
Is there
not,
any
as all the supplies were getting unloaded when they were going to head out. So any
How long
remaining
is the trip?
reserves would have been left at the island.
How long's the trip?
You don't know. Asking around the crew, they say it's going to be a day.
Cool.
Okay. That's why they don't have a very extensive, pooping amendment area, because they're sort of like, you'll be on land in a day. Like,
yeah.
If you gotta go, go. But otherwise, yeah.
I was checking for the rum because I know rum stays better than water. So
That's fair.
that's why ships were loaded with more rum than water.
Even though rum just dehydrates you.
Yeah. Mix it with the water you got, you're good to go.
It's fine.
We were illiterate.
I have a fun history fact about that.
Oh, no.
They weren't actually loaded with more rum than water. Just all the water on the ship was diluted with rum because the alcohol would kill any bacteria that was growing in there, stopping the water from turning green or anything.
A more fun
So,
fact.
All
Yeah.
the water would have a little bit of rum in it. Not enough that you'd get intoxicated from drinking it or get dehydrated,
Another
but enough that you...
interesting tidbit that I liked was that they would often eat their hardtack in the dark so they wouldn't see the maggots. Just chew through it. Good times.
Gross.
We have lemon wedge technology. We'll be fine.
We have the technology.
We have the technology. So, is there anything else anybody wants to handle or do before you're on a boat heading northeast-ish to Seton?
I don't think so.
Cool.
I think we're good.
Let's have...
Continuously glare at Lucian.
I figured.
Yup.
This
Charlie
interaction
questioning their adventure companion choices. But somebody's gonna be like, "Good luck, everybody else," and just like smash the artifact. Norvin.
My artifact.
Yeah, the one you found. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, there's.
Yep.
I assume that arm scroll will have to be used for your benefit, and then forgiveness can be had.
Just cut off their arm and use it for yourself.
Just cut it off. It's like, hey, it's cut it off at the elbow. You got to scroll.
Yeah.
And then I don't have an arm. I am a monk.
Oh, just become an astral self one.
Got
Stand
legs.
user.
Let's have Norvin make an intelligence check for me.
You want me to do intelligence?
I do. I also want you to succeed. I will let you know.
You want me to succeed?
I would love for you to succeed.
What's his Ingram is
What's the
detect
DC?
magicking everywhere.
I believe it's a 10.
Does a 2 work?
A 2 does not work. You feel very relaxed that everything went well, that you pulled off a heist of the half-orc wizard perfectly, that there's nothing about anything that happened that can lead back to you. You're good to go.
Blissfully unaware.
I don't like how you said that.
I really don't like how you said
You-
that.
You shouldn't.
Nothing is ever going to go bad ever.
No, of course not. No, the means you used to find it could never be used against you.
Never.
I'm not the one that has it right now. I don't have it.
I know. But Charlie's been screwed once this episode.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's why you wanted me to pass
We'll
it.
see you all
Wasn't
next
it?
time. And as I plot artifacts to give Charlie to make up for this situation.
Oh no! Lucian owes me a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
However, this,
Well.
we'll talk about this afterwards. But this interaction, the interaction did give me an idea.
Oh no. All right. Well, we're gonna log out of the stream situation. Anybody who's happens to be stopped by, thanks for stopping by. We're gonna repost on the YouTube channel, and everybody have a good weekend. Watch out for those Jewish space lasers. I'm
Don't get
joking.
fingered too hard.
To be clear, I'm joking. I know that's ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah.
Not
To make it
all. Not
Very clear to everyone.
Not all of my government knows that's ridiculous. But I know it's ridiculous. Yes, for Charlie.
I just wanted to remind the viewers to finger.
Remember your fingering. You gotta remember. You gotta keep it fair. Make sure everybody's getting a turn, and remember your finger. This isn't what I want.
Make sure everyone
but I'm
fingers.
fine with it. All right. Good night, everybody else. Woo.